There we go. Hi, everybody. Sorry about that. My mouse has been double clicking lately when I don't mean for it to. You have any experience with that, Ian? Who, by the way, is joining me tonight for another stream of Bloodborne? Uh, yeah, of technical issue. Was oops, sorry about that. Yep, it can't not be that way. Oh, that's great. It's great. Yeah. Oh, so you don't think that I'm making them up. You do think that I am like a magnet for unique issues. Ah, okay. Oh, fuck me. Yeah, probably due to negligence, honestly. Oof. Okay. Okay. Well, that's something at least. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, it is self-inflicted. And you know what? Legitimately, you're probably not wrong. Mhm. Gotta keep me humble. I also have no idea where I'm going anymore. It's been 2 weeks for those of you watching in the future, so I totally forget where I'm going. I portaled to Old Yarnum, but I don't remember what the fuck the goal was at the moment. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, okay. I do remember this now.
uh, or like made available to the public's knowledge
There
of
we go.
this. But you did establish like ground rules that you really would prefer to just kind of like explore and not have me guiding you much. So
Yeah, yeah, that's
yes.
true. I do remember that. Oh, by the way, I pushed the wrong button and you haven't been heard up until just
Oh,
like this
perfect.
third
All of the
33
funny
seconds ago.
things,
So
entertaining things, the reason I'm
all the
here.
gold you were giving us, just serving it up. Yeah,
Right.
no, nothing.
So all
All lost to
those,
time.
right. Okay, so just to catch the internet up, I started this episode actually laughing hysterically at Nate because he
Yeah, catch him up.
yeah, well, I mean, we were talking before the episode started that we were 1 for 3 on our reboot here from a technical standpoint, rebooting the series, and like one of the 3 episodes has actually gone smoothly. All the rest of them have been technical disasters. Well, he started this
Hmm.
episode by after having that conversation. We then went live, and he said, "Hey, man, do you ever have a problem? I'm getting this double click problem with my mouse, and it seems to be like kind of broken now." And it's just
And just
perfect.
nothing couldn't. Yeah,
It's just perfect.
just had to laugh
Yeah, I mean, it's like,
because isn't that just the spirit of
what else
things?
did we think? What else did we expect was going to happen? Um, yeah, so good for Nate. He's killing it. I am also the
What?
only co-host today for the moment.
Tonight. Oh shit! I got rocked. I did not see the second dog coming. Yeah, Tom might be here later. He's popular
Unreliable
with friends and
bastard.
things to do. Yeah, yeah. He's what they call sociable.
This is why
Uh,
you should never trust popular, good-looking, interesting, smart people.
yeah, because
Because
they'll abandon you.
exactly. You cannot be real friends with them because they have other things going on in their lives and you can never count on
Yeah,
them because of that.
yeah. If you aren't the sole source of socializing in their life,
Correct.
they don't really love
You
you.
must you can only have one friend and you can only have one friend whose only friend is you.
What the? What? Wait a minute.
What?
Why
What?
am I? Did I go to a different?
Did you show
No,
me?
I guess I didn't. Did I? No, I didn't. Okay. Yeah, I just I didn't recognize where I went after I died and then respawned. I went a different direction, and I recognized where I was from a different time, a different play session. And I was like, wait a minute, did it warp me to a completely different space than where I started? That would be weird.
Guys,
Oh fuck this guy.
Nate's lost. Nate doesn't know what he's doing.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Absolutely true. I do appreciate that I can like almost like
One
one
stamina
shot
bar.
combo. These guys,
Well,
yeah, one
yeah,
stamina bar, so close.
but not quite. You need another level up.
Not yeah, yeah, maybe a couple.
Have you found any weapons yet that you're like wanting to lean into?
I don't think I found another weapon yet.
All right,
I don't
okay.
think.
There's
But
one. I
hang
I
on.
have a favorite. I'm sure you will find it. And I think you. Well, I'll call it out when you find it. Um, there are some really cool ass weapons in this game.
Okay.
And you know me,
What
I'm the weapon
does
out. I
the
like the cool weapons. So,
Okay, so you see how I'm like changing it from 1 to 2 with my trigger buttons?
yeah,
What the fuck is
that's
this
when you
doing?
switch it. It's showing you the different because there's a trick weapon, right? So you've got the two different versions. When you hit the
Oh.
switch button, yeah, it changes it from the the
Got it.
cane to the whip. Every
Yeah,
weapon
that's the
is
stats for
yeah,
it.
every weapon will have that feature.
Okay. I did notice that it wasn't hitting the same like for
Huh?
damage.
Yeah.
I guess it was exchanging it for
Yeah,
the range,
typically,
which, fair.
basically what ends up happening for most weapons, it like will be a range differential and or like a
Uh-huh.
heavy for versus light differential, right? Um,
Yeah.
so
Oh, there they are.
that's why you're getting those different readings on the menu because it's showing you the different the different stats depending on which version you're using.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I feel like I recognized going back down again. I don't know if that was a dead end or not. I feel like, oh, hello.
Ooh. Is that the dude that fucked you up last time?
Here. Yeah. Him and that guy.
His
The next dog.
friend.
Oh.
What is this
Oh.
breed? Oh my god,
Zombie?
there's three.
There's 3 of them?
Yeah.
Fuck, I didn't see the third one.
It's gotta be like
He
Irish
just showed up.
Wolfhound or some shit. Like that really mangy looking, huge.
Right? Yeah. And especially since this has got that, I don't know. I know H.P. Lovecraft was actually like a New Englander, but he always gave off like
Yeah, it's like Hound of the
London
Baskervilles type
vibes.
shit, like turn of the
Yeah,
century.
yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
And if this is based on as much of that stuff as I'm thinking it is, it makes sense that it's giving like industrial revolution era London.
definitely, 100%. Yeah, it's that
Okay, no, I
that
did come
dark
up here and I
gothic.
moved that and I went down. Okay, no, I am probably going backwards. Good job, Nate.
Oh, that was the other thing that the internet may have missed here. I was pointing out that Nate was very clear, and I think our first episode that he would
Yeah,
prefer
I don't
if
want
I
help.
shut my damn mouth about where to go and stuff. So that's what I'm
But like
doing.
just like real quick though, like tell me what I'm doing.
Yeah, no. See, that's a trick
Like it
question.
doesn't count, but so like
No,
real quick though.
that's a trick question. I don't trust you. I'm gonna get in trouble for this. Descending into the depths now with this red brick.
Hmm. Right? What do you think it costs to build this place?
I mean,
You know,
so
get an estimate.
if you're to
Get a
if you're to build
contractor in
something
his
like
guy's
this,
ear.
this is a good question because I used to live in a house that was like this, and I always wondered like
Uh-huh.
if you were gonna build a new house the old way, it'd probably cost
Yeah.
like $1 million
A
to
gajillion billion
like a house
dollars
that would
to
cost $250,000 today would probably cost $1 million to build it that way, almost
hmm.
certainly, because
Okay.
it's all like
Yeah. It's
steel
all
and brick
hand
and
yeah.
handmade shit and
Hmm.
plaster and yeah. Basically, built like a tank will last 4,000 years, but will
Hmm.
definitely cost you.
So, do you subscribe to the theory that this is the age of the deep from Dark Souls 3?
Okay.
Or do you think this is a completely different universe?
So honestly, the clue I sort of lean towards is Dark Souls 1. And it's
Yeah.
the DLC of Dark Souls 1. And it is, do you remember Marvelous Chester from Dark Souls 1 DLC?
Yes. He showed up as you were about to, or right after you fought
Yeah.
Artorias or
Correct.
something.
Yeah. So he's on the other side of that bridge. If you remember back then, he's just sort of like leaning coolly up against the wall. He's wearing
Yeah,
top hat.
like it's nothing.
Yeah, and he's got kind of like a crazy like grin face mask on. Like he's a really cool character actually. And he
Is it like
smells
a
really shit.
Venetian mask or something? Or
Um,
oh, hello.
it's a little bit like a
Oh, he doesn't like the torch.
yeah, you don't like the fire man. Fire bad.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's scared.
He's backing
Now
away.
you got to pick
Fuck
on
yeah,
him. Why are you
dude.
being an asshole? Oh.
What about you? Do you not like it? Do you not like it?
So
Do you
Marvelous
not like it?
Chester, even at the time, his
Oh, okay.
backstory was that he was a time traveler from the future. So
Oh, okay.
he was yanked out of his place in time and transported back to the Dark Souls era. And I think that's enough of sort of, I know it's a tenuous connection, but I think that's enough of a connection to think that Miyazaki had basically had Bloodborne in mind even back when he was making Dark Souls 1. So, like with everything else with most video games that are sort of retconning history and lore, I'm not sure I completely subscribe to the idea that much of this was like fully formed in his brain, but I definitely think there were elements of that, and I also think that there will never ever be proof of this because Miyazaki will never ever comment
Admit to anything.
on
Yeah.
it. Yes.
He's like, he's got it. He made up the system where if you the less you explain yourself, the better you are.
Correct. He is
It's a sweet
he
gig,
sort
man.
of mastered the J.J. Abrams black box idea, mystery box idea,
Mm-hmm.
more than J.J. Abrams ever did. And he gets more mileage out of it for sure. And he certainly does it better.
Oh, I
I
did come
think
back up here.
it's one of those things where I think he's quite happy for people to arrive at their own conclusion. That's what I think. So
Okay.
I don't know that it's official. I don't know that one could argue one way or the other. It's almost like the difference between the director's cut and the theatrical cut of Blade Runner, where it's
Yeah.
like, is uh, Deckard
A replicant or
replicant
not?
or not?
Depending on how it's cut, you get the
Correct.
idea. The
Depending on
impression
how
that he
it's
is or he
cut and
isn't.
depending how you want to interpret the various endings, it kind of changes the whole tone and tenor and nature of the narrative. So I think you can kind of choose what you like in this space. Um,
Oh, right. This
I
has the
kind of dig
billion
the idea.
jillion. Yeah.
I kind of dig the idea primarily because of Chester, because I think it's cool that he was like this. He was kind of an anachronism at the time, because when you see him in Dark Souls, it's like, who is this dapper
Yeah.
fellow?
Right. You totally
You know?
don't fit the vibe.
No, yeah, he's
You're a man
totally
of
out
the
of place.
time.
Yeah, which is exactly what he is. That's the one thing that we do know, like lore wise, that's confirmed. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I mean, my favorite uh, armor before you get to Artorias, I like to cosplay as Marvelous Chester in that game because he's got a badass look, and it fits right in the Bloodborne aesthetic, like pretty clearly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I do think also as the games went on, that FromSoft always puts like a non-consequential character in that like is a preview of coming attractions of the next game.
hmm yeah,
Like who
yeah,
definitely doesn't fit the vibe.
and there's always allusions to other things in the games, allusions with an A, that is, uh, where and there's referential stuff always ongoing in the games. I think that Miyazaki would like to have us believe that there is definite connection there, but I don't think there's ever going to be a way to actually definitively say it.
Yeah.
Also, because I don't think there's ever going to be a Bloodborne 2.
Oh, you don't think so?
I mean, so it was this thing that happened recently where it came out. Somebody reported that the reason why there hasn't been a Bloodborne 2 is not because Sony has said no, it's because Miyazaki said no.
Oh, interesting.
And Miyazaki said no because he wants FromSoft to work on it. And Sony came to FromSoft and were like, "Hey, we know you're working on other things, but we still want a Bloodborne game for our platform, an exclusive. So
Yeah.
how about we get someone else to make it, and maybe you could just advise on it or something like that." And Miyazaki was like, "Nah, that's ours. We really want, if there's going to be a Bloodborne 2, we want it to be made by us." So like they feel a lot of protectionism and ownership over it. And Sony was like, "All right, well, I guess we'll wait until you're free." And
Yep.
like since then,
He's
Miyazaki's been
been
doing like, yeah, he's been doing like extraction,
non-stop shit.
like
Yeah.
multiplayer shit. Like he played Escape from Tarkov not long ago, and like was like enamored by Escape from Tarkov, which is why apparently he's making Dust Bloods. for Nintendo,
Oh,
that
really?
multiplayer game. Yeah. So I don't even know. The reason why I think we may not get another Bloodborne, at least like anytime soon, is because he's clearly like kind of
Enamored with something else at
migrate.
the moment.
Yeah, he's kind of like migrated away from this model for a while. I'm not sure when or if he's going to move back to just a straight up Souls. I mean, obviously, the last thing he did was Elden Ring. Elden Ring.
Night Rain.
Well, I
So
mean,
he's
the last Souls like that he's done,
oh yeah.
like single player like
Another
Souls
good
like.
question if you were getting an Elden Ring 2 ever.
Well,
Like
this is the other
that's
thing,
not
right?
Night
So
Rain.
this factors in my thinking too, because I would guess that Bandai Namco and whoever else is, going to make money off of Elden Ring would much prefer an Elden Ring 2 to a Bloodborne 2.
True.
Because Elden Ring was a fucking phenomenon and made a shit ton of money and was the biggest game fucking ever. So I think that all of the sort of mercantile forces will be arrayed to support an Elden Ring 2. Plus, the Elden Ring movie is in development right now.
Yeah, do we have a name
So,
for that yet? Because I saw something called Elden Ring Millennia, and I never
um,
followed up on what that was.
I don't know. I haven't. I've just kept heard it. I just keep hearing it referred to as the Elden Ring movie. So I may not actually like. There's very little detail. They had the cast was revealed recently, I think.
Oh, interesting. Do we know who's playing
Yeah.
who?
So this is interesting because I didn't recognize many of the names, and I actually think that's a really good thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yes. So it's not going to be like dominated by a bunch of uh
It's not going to get Chris
people that
Pratt where he's just
correct.
yeah.
Exactly. Now that's not to say they're not like known names. Like for example, there's Haley Spaney, who was in the latest Alien
Okay,
movie,
yeah.
Alien Romulus. She's
So like
good.
medium names, extra
Yeah,
medium
kind of. I mean,
names.
there's Nick Offerman of all people, which is kind
That's
of
awesome.
interesting.
I'm
Yeah.
actually totally down for that because my
hmm
God, that'll be great.
Yeah. It's Kit Connor, who I don't really know. He seems like a sort of younger dude who hasn't been around much. They haven't really alluded much to like what the nature of the story is going to be.
Hmm.
These games have always been like speculated on as to how they would make them, like because the main character of all the games is always you as a sort of anonymous
Yeah,
tarnished,
how are we gonna? What's the
an
narrative
anonymous
gonna be on
action.
this? Yeah.
Yeah, and so are they going to do
Okay, so
that, and
that's
there's going to be
that.
like a tarnished as the main character, or are they just going to like ignore that, and is it going to be like about the Shattering or something, the Shattering War, or is it going to
Yeah,
be?
I can see it
Yeah,
being a prequel easily enough because, well, I can see it doing that because that definitely makes the most sense. But also at the same time,
yeah.
like Miyazaki's thing is the less you reveal and let them fill in the gaps themselves, the
Mhm.
better off you look.
Yeah, it's a question like, is this like going to be, I guess, at least considered by Miyazaki as canon? I feel like Miyazaki doesn't really get into those kind of conversations. Like I think he's
Yeah.
probably above that. So he's quite happy for anybody to interpret it however the fuck they want. Um, but it's directed by Alex Garland,
Or dare I go the all?
which should be a good sign. Um, he's done a few good things. He did Sunshine. Did you ever see the movie Sunshine?
I don't think I did.
Cillian
No,
Murphy.
I haven't watched new movies in a while.
It's really good. It's actually from 2007. It's been a while since
Oh,
we.
oh, okay. Then yeah, nope. Still haven't seen that. Nope.
He did. He's a writer on that one, I think. And then he did Ex Machina. He did Annihilation. He
Okay.
did. Um,
Okay. I
yeah.
think Annihilation, Invasion, and this other one with the aliens with the universal language. What's that called? Not Contact. What's not
Uh,
Contact?
that is.
There were like three different alien movies, kind of all at the same time, and they are
Mhm.
the one with Matthew McConaughey, the one with is it Amy Adams,
Amy Adams. Yes.
and then there's the one with is it Natalie Portman?
Natalie Portman.
Uh,
That's
yeah,
Annihilation.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, they all kind of came out at the same time, and my brain, I fully consciously acknowledge that they are all very different, but they
They are
all
different.
occupy the same memory slot in my brain.
Well, the one with, I think, in my opinion, the best of that lot is Arrival with Amy Adams.
Yeah, I did just
That
watch that one for the first time not too long ago.
that's a great movie.
Thanks
It's
to
directed by the
Abby.
same guy who did the Dune movies,
Oh, Denis Villeneuve.
Denis Villeneuve. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
hmm
Did you watch the Dune movies?
Oh yeah, sure did.
I feel like we probably talked about this.
So I
we
consider Denis. Before we get into this, I'll just note Denis Villeneuve is, I think, one of the 2 or 3 working directors today that I will always go see their movies no matter what. Yeah,
Yeah,
they get an automatic ticket buy for me. Christopher Nolan being another one.
Okay.
That I will see no matter what. Yeah, I think Denis Villeneuve makes the cut for me on that very short list. So
Cool.
And I'm not a Dune guy. I don't love Dune all that much. I think there are
Okay.
major flaws in the sort of even the whole concept of Dune as a thing. But as a filmmaking exercise, I think the first 2 Dune movies are pretty preposterously amazing accomplishments.
Yeah.
In the way they look and the delivery of those movies.
Both as
He also did
adaptations
Blade Runner
and visuals.
2049.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Oh right, yeah. His Blade Runner
yeah,
was
he did
pretty
Blade
good
Runner
too.
2049, which I thought was really excellent. I think that's actually his best movie to date. I think underrated and unfortunately probably undersold as well because I guess they probably won't ever make another Blade
But
Runner
isn't that
now at this
kind of
point.
like the thing for Blade Runner is always to be
It's
underappreciated?
it's kind of like the Metroid of movies,
Yeah.
like it gets great acclaim. People who love it really love it.
And it's all for good reason.
And it's all for good reasons, it's all justified, but then it just never has like mass appeal for some reason. I mean, I guess Blade Runner, I kind of understand why it doesn't have mass appeal because it is, for my money, perhaps the most dystopian of all the dystopias. It's like, it's the only thing that's really missing from it is like overt Nazism or overt fascism, like from the Orwell tradition. But that's sort of implied anyway. It's more like corporate fascism. But at least
everything is
for our
Omnicorp.
yeah, and for like our current day, I feel like the combining the ecological destruction with the sort of hopelessness of end stage capitalism really these days makes Blade Runner feel like deeply despairing and grim. Yeah, too real, I think, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the reason
I am
why Blade Runner is
disparaged from
tough for
watching
people,
certain
but
things because of that. Yes.
yeah,
Certain things hit too close to home now.
Yeah, it's you get these days for something like Blade Runner, you really got to be in the mood for it. So, but the original Blade Runner also was, even when it came out, was still kind of a cult hit. Like to your point, it like never really was the success that like Alien was or Terminator or stuff like that. So,
Yeah, that's true.
Despite the Harrison Ford of it all, still didn't like blow up. Yeah.
What was it? Somebody in an interview, I was watching clips of him once, and somebody in an interview with him, with Harrison Ford, said, "Did you know that you were once considered in the running for Batman?" And he's like, "Oh, no, I could have had a career."
That's a very Harrison Ford response.
Yeah,
he's a very funny dude.
Everyone thinks he's so serious. He's actually really fucking silly.
He's extremely dry. Yeah, he's extremely dry.
Yeah, he's dry, but he's super silly.
He does not take himself very seriously at all.
Yeah.
That sounds like someone joined the chat.
Yeah, I think that's a Tom.
Gentlemen, what do we know about the situation so far?
That things are looking pretty grim in this game. Shit's
yeah,
fucked.
it's a grim game.
Yeah,
it's a grim game.
We were talking about various sci-fi movies. I don't think you like those, Tom, but I hope you
no,
can
not at all.
In some opinions.
Alien, hate that. The Thing, can't stand it.
Yep.
We were talking about Denis Villeneuve and Dune, and most recently Blade Runner is where we were. We landed on Blade Runner.
I have yet to see the second Dune movie. I've seen the first, so I have not seen the second.
Okay.
Well, it's a good time because I think Dune 3 is coming out in the fall.
Yeah.
And actually,
that's just going to be
coming out in
December.
Already this year? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be book 2. I was curious about like how far are they going to take it.
Man, based on what I know about Dune, I don't know how they can take it to a place where it's like gonna make all the rest of this worth it.
I think there's a couple places that they could take. Like there's a couple of like decent jumping off points that will not please everybody, but will please enough people to be like, okay, I'm good with that.
I know the rough timeline from a previous roommate of mine who read all the books in preparation for the first movie, and I'm not sure how some of that can even be filmed.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if anybody can do it, Denis Villeneuve can. I will trust him with anything. He's a badass motherfucker when it comes to directing. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like the first two Dune movies. The
For not being a
the,
Dune
the
fan,
ol-
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. For like minus the Dune of it all, I don't really care that much about Dune. And like I said at the top, I kind of have like deep questions about the point of Dune, which we can certainly get into if anybody's interested. But I ultimately like the filmmaking part of the Dune series has been kind of never been done before. Like what Denis Villeneuve was doing, especially in the second movie, was like astonishing stuff on screen. So like good, like I'll watch that shit 100%. Great filmmaking.
Fuck, are all three of them here? Fuck me.
All three.
Yep, they are all three here. Fuck me.
This
So
guy, you might want to
Clarence
kill that
Keys-
guy. He's got your shit.
I know.
Clarence Keys was the last boss you beat, right? What's the area we're in
No,
now?
I think the last thing I beat was. Oh fuck me! Come on.
Ooh. Man, that dude is healthy.
Jeez. Can't be comfortable to walk around like that all the time. Thought he had two heads for a second because every time he gets hit, he recoils, so it looks like he's got two heads.
Oof.
Do you think he's got like a back problem because he's got to be hunched over, walking on four legs like that all the time?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't think he's fueled by
He's got some calluses on those
natural
knuckles.
wants. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I think my only saving grace is that guy got hung up on geometry.
And the way his legs are spread, his hips must hurt constantly because it's just like,
He's got dysplasia.
yeah,
It
I was
doesn't
gonna say,
feel
that's what it looks
natural.
like. Yeah.
Because like
Oh,
presumably,
there's a fourth one. Jesus Christ!
If their back
Presumably
legs were
he wasn't
shorter,
born
it
with-
might be better.
presumably he wasn't born this way, right? Like he got mutated into this. It's
Yeah.
gotta
Oh,
make
yeah.
him-
Yeah.
Like it's
gotta
not
be
natural.
part of the plague for sure.
Yeah.
Because it looks like they're human legs because the legs are the correct
God.
proportion for a human. So I'm like, that can't be fun to walk on.
I don't know how
Yeah.
much of a fan I am of the fact that werewolves are now common enemy #1 over here. in
Common
this
enemies,
area.
baby. Yep.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Really, I mean, vampires and werewolves, I feel like would be welcome compared to some of the other shit I've seen in this game.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's
this game-
great.
yeah,
I haven't
you
seen a lot of
haven't-
this game, Tom. This
So
is making
remember,
me
Nate,
really.
this is kind of a
true.
mashup. This is kind of a mashup of like the classic monster verse of like
Yeah.
vampires and werewolves.
Anything
and
that
shit
was
like
in the Monster Mash. Yeah.
yes,
Very
but it's also
Innistrad,
combined. It's combined with
Eldritch
the
horror.
Eldritch horror, which was kind of what I think Tom is referring to, which is like
Yeah.
when you really get deep into this shit, it gets real horrifying. There's
Yeah.
some fucked up shit in this game, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking
Gotcha.
forward to the day when you get to the DLC. Obviously, that's quite a ways off, but
I
one of the top 3 bosses in the history of FromSoft is in that DLC, and I can't wait for you
Okay.
to get to.
I've seen the DLC.
Okay, so I don't know anything about this character, but I think I do know the name of the character you are referring to.
Yeah,
Is that Orphan of Kos?
it is the Orphan of Cause. Yes.
Okay, so Orphan of Kos is in the top 3. Who's
Yeah.
your Mount Rushmore? Your top 4?
Okay.
Who's in your Rushmore of Souls-like
what-
bosses?
What's the criteria? Like, just are we thinking hardest or just best? Like,
I would say hardest. Let's go with your hardest. And it's
Okay.
it is a FromSoft game, not
yes,
like a Neo
not
game.
that. Yeah, correct. Okay.
Not Neo, not Lies of
Um,
P, that kind of thing.
So, well, I might have to do like a short list and then whittle it down. And Tom, you can tell me if you agree with any of these, or like put in your own suggestions in case I like forget any, or if you got any in mind that you think are
Okay.
especially difficult. I think Melania has to be on the list for sure.
Okay.
Hmm.
Not Consort Radon.
Well, this is the thing.
Okay.
I do think Consort Radon is also on that list.
Okay.
I
was gonna
do
say,
think Elden Ring has 2.
by metrics, I
Consort
think he
Radon.
beats her, right? Like technically.
Well, so my feeling, I actually think Melania is harder.
Oh, okay.
Primarily because she kind of breaks the game a little bit with her healing ability.
Yeah.
And while her moveset is not as deep, like her bag isn't as deep,
Yeah.
I think she's the most intimidating because of that healing mechanic. By the time you get to see her, you are not as powerful as you are when you get to see Radon, of course. But it's just like there is no other character in the game that behaves the way that she does.
Yeah. I feel like
there is no other
the
character that has that mechanic.
I have not beaten her, but I remember before I beat the Elden Beast, I was doing a lot of like getting summoned to help fight
Yeah.
her.
Uh-huh.
And like I like her. From the few fights I've had with her, I was like, oh sure, I'll do this at some point when I feel like it. But
Yeah.
I think the thing that I like about her is the fact that the vampiric healing thing that she does means that the pressure
Life
that you
leeching,
put
yeah.
on her as a boss is
Yeah.
like with Malekith, I remember distinctly I had like a couple good hits, I had a good rhythm, and then I had to pause and then just survive for a few minutes,
Mhm.
and then I
Yeah.
got like the final hit. You can't really do that with Melania because
Yeah.
the ask of the healing means that you have to hit her consistently.
Yes.
If you let up the pressure, you lose the whole thing,
That
basically.
that's definitely like exactly how I feel. Like to me, Melania more than Radon, like Melania really
Dictates the
punishes a
tempo.
lot of, she does, and she really punishes a lot of different types of builds. So like if I would say, if you ask me which boss requires you to actually change your build in order to beat them, Melania probably requires it more than Radon does. I think a lot of different
Yeah.
strategies can apply to Radon, whereas I think Melania, like you really, I mean, most people end up wanting to do a summon because they got to take aggro off. And the problem with doing a summon is that also just feeds health back to her.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And she
Yeah,
can do
which is a
that
pain in the
from
ass.
your summons too, right? Like she can get health
Yes.
by taking their
Yeah.
help. Yeah.
so it's really not
Correct.
about
Basically
like
Radon.
matching her ferocity. It's about stemming off her ability to heal
Yes.
herself.
Yeah.
Correct. Her offense is oppressive. She can map you from across, and I guess I also just kind of like her more because she's less.
Yeah, I think I like her more too.
She's she's less flashy and less AOE. She does more with less than Radon does. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, because Radon is like just
His kit is
insane.
like a mile deep,
Yeah, his kid is crazy, and
He's
the other
got the
thing that I
especially when
meaningful-
he buddies up with his half brother.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he just has so much. He also suffers from, I think, the same problem that a lot of Souls bosses do, and that is he relies a little too heavily on AOE. It's
Yeah.
the reason why I don't like the Radagon fight, because everything Radagon does is just AOE, a version of an AOE. Whereas Melania is like, I think she's got one AOE in her entire
Well,
kit,
she's
and that's
got
the Blossom thing.
waterfowl dance, right? And that, I mean, is
Yeah, but that's
an AOE in a
like
way. Yeah.
kind of works like an AOE because there's kind of hard to avoid it, but it's her coming at you, right? So like she
Right.
delivers
It's
AOE.
a low range AOE. It's not like, oh, you have to dodge these pools. It's like, no, you know it's next to me, but you also know that there's the initial dance,
Yeah,
and there's that little
the
after effect
avoidance
dance.
of it, I'll put it this way, it feels different to me because the avoidance of it is still skill based, whereas an AOE is just get the fuck out, it's run away.
Yeah.
So it's like the AOE is a denial of area, and it means that it's just not your turn anymore. Whereas with Melania, it's like you can
Can dance
dodge,
with her.
you can dodge time, and you can stay in, and you can still remain engaged in the fight and not just have to make fucking distance. So it's not like an area of denial the way that, like, basically like Radon in some cases sometimes feels like a Destiny boss, where the
it's
boss
either
just
save or
says,
suck.
okay,
Yeah.
time to go away, you got to back off, you don't get to be on me anymore. And that to me always feels a little bit cheap. So I think on points then, I think Melania is both harder and cooler at the same time.
Okay.
I think to add on to that, I think Melania is also the peak of like I know we've talked about like boss types, like there's the monster bosses and there's the more human bosses.
She's the best humanoid boss
right,
for sure.
she's the best humanoid boss because she does have some attacks that make you think, oh, that's like more than like, you know, the pretend invaders do in Dark Souls 1.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's got way more of an actual kit, but it's at the personal level still, so it's still a human fight. Like it's not like, oh, she has this crazy second form. It's like, no. I mean, she does have a second form, but even in that case, it's like it's very earned because that first half is, to me, the first half is more recognizable of a fight because the second half she has some AOE things, but they still branch out from her.
Yeah, she got the big blossom basically.
Right. And she knows it. It's like that's one of those bosses where the first half I feel like is actually more intimidating versus like Malekith, where it's like you're fighting the Beast Man and then you're fighting actual Malekith.
Oh,
yeah, and she also
damn.
takes more damage in the second half, right when her armor's out, when she all of her armor's off. So she's like, the second half can always, you know, it's kind of like a DPS race in the second half. Whereas in the first half, like you got to be really technically on point and you can't fuck up. You basically can't really get hit much at all in the first round. And that's a good point too, because I think
but you got to set up for the second, so you're in a good spot.
Well, yeah, in like Radon, though a human character, a humanish character,
he's still really, out of a completely different size class than
he operates more like a beast or monster character because he's so huge and because his moveset is so space dominant, right? Like there's so many big moves that just push you out of his space. Like he literally is a gravity mage, so like he's pushing you in and out constantly all the time and like controlling the space and distance. That's the other thing I really like about Melania. She's not like a super magic-y enemy.
Yeah, the magic is more
no
latent.
magic proper.
Like, yeah, I do. I will say I like that Radon does cast the gravity stuff only because it represents how like the color
it's his lore
system works. Yeah, it's like when you see the purple, you're like, oh, I know that. I can do that. That's a gravity magic thing. I understand what it is. It's a good like signal to the player, but right, it's still a part of like the monster kit, and that I think is why it's
and
so much.
And I do think that people, and I don't want to speak for like the whole world here, but I do generally feel like people tend to find the humanoid enemies a little more challenging than the monster types because there is more technical demands and timing and spacing and like playing footsies and stuff. Whereas with monster enemies, there's just like, there are windows where you're just supposed to lay on a bunch of damage and wail.
Right, I think it's
like
something that
tree spirits.
Animators, like game animators can natively relate to. They can program it better because we all have that same kit. Essentially.
Yeah,
it's maybe a little more natural, right? So, anyway, that's my feeling about Elden Ring. I do think, though, don't get me wrong, Radon's a fucking badass and incredibly difficult fight, and I think that it's a fair. Like, if someone were to tell me that they thought Radon was harder than Melania, you're not going to hear me argue.
I think it's a toss-up, really. I do think Melania probably has a higher body count than Radon does.
Probably, she's been around longer.
For sure.
Well, she's in the base game.
The notoriety.
Buy Elden Ring. You have to get the DLC.
The only difference there, though, is that Melania is entirely optional. Whereas if you want to beat the DLC, Radon is the
Radon. Yeah, but that means you got to shell out for Radon.
You do. You got to pet. You got to buy it. You got to make it all the way there. You got to then.
By virtue of that, I can only believe that Melania natively has a higher body count.
Yeah,
because you're asking two different gatekeeping obstacles for people to get through.
Yeah, and it's just it's even at that point in the game, it's rare, frankly. It's hard to imagine this, but I do think it's true. It's rare in FromSoft games where there's a major difficulty spike late game. Like, usually the difficulty spike comes at like a third of the way through the game, and it's like a skill check.
And it's a whole area. A whole area usually is your test, like immediately.
Yeah, kind of, right? There's an area that's like, oh shit, like Elden Ring is kind of like K-Lit, it's kind of like the skill check area.
Right.
But then it's not common that there is usually the end boss is one of the hardest, like oftentimes. But that's usually not like a huge skill check, as it were, that like is a big difficulty spike. It more crescendos up to it. And so it's a much smoother transition by the time you get to the end boss. Melania is like 4 times harder than any other boss you see in Elden Ring by the time you get to her at the Hallowed Tree. Like, it is a serious spike. And I think that's, to your point, Nate, why she probably does have a higher body count, because by that time people are like,
I think I got the rhythm of this game, and she's like, psych, here's some tools.
Yes. Yeah, let me show you how difficult this can actually be. Yeah, she's like a level up, definitely. So that's my thought. I think Melania is number 1 for me, at least out of Elden Ring, and then Radon. So you asked for 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5. Yeah.
Are we talking one from each game, or are we talking like just 5?
No, because we have 2. We have 2 from Elden Ring alone. Yeah, just what's your top 5 hardest bosses?
Yeah.
I'm sure for me, more universal. But
I do think that the what's his fucking name?
You're a charmer
from Sekiro. The
Inner Ishin.
No, the fucking
Demon of Hatred?
Yes, Demon of Hatred, thank you. I do think Demon of Hatred has to be on that list.
Okay. Just because of sheer, like, tankability?
Well, so there's 2 primary reasons, apart from just being, like, a tough boss to learn, but there are 2 reasons, one lesser and one more prominent. The lesser reason is because you get to him and there are 3 fucking phases. So, like, you beat him in the first phase, which is already a chore. You beat him in the second phase, which is already a chore. And then you got a third phase where you got to beat him a third time. And it's really just a fucking marathon to beat Demon of Hatred because of the 3 phases.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is so soul crushing to make it to that past the second level and realize that there's a third that you have to do. So that's a minor point. But the bigger point, and I've said this before, and I'm not the first person to say this, but I definitely believe that it is a really dirty trick that Miyazaki and the team pulled, where they spend the entire fucking game deprogramming you from other Souls games and telling you to play an opposite way,
and then you get a fucking Monster Hunter boss.
Yes, and then one of the hardest bosses technically in the whole game, towards the very end of the game, it's like the second to last boss, turns out to be basically no, go back and play Dark Souls again. So
like real quick,
like, yeah, and then they make it like, and you got to beat him 3 times, and it's just like, it's not even a skill check at that point. It's like a skill reversal.
Yeah,
like,
like
so,
you remember you want to. Not only do you have to fight a Dark Souls boss, but you also, like, for your typical gamer, if you are a Dark Soulser, you don't have your big fuck off buster weapons. You probably use.
Correct. Yeah, and that's the thing too, right? Because like in Sekiro, you can't RPG your way out of it, right? You can't make things easier by grinding, because it's not. You can't just get more powerful by farming. Yeah, exactly. So like you have to. You spend the whole game getting good, and then they throw this like stop sign at you and says, "Okay,
get good on you."
Yeah, get good in a different way now, and it's just like really brutal. And I think a lot of people suffer a lot with Demon of Hatred. I certainly did. It was tough learning how to fight him. So that's on my list. I think Demon of Hatred's on there. I do think Orphan of Kos is on there.
Okay, so Orphan of Kos, Demon of Hatred, Radahn, and Melania. Consort Radahn, Melania.
Correct. Yeah, Consort Radahn. What's a 5th one?
Are there any from the Souls games?
Are we talking the hardest, right?
Anything
or not
from what you think the hardest?
I think hardest.
Monsters are. Top 5 hardest FromSoft games, game bosses.
Where
are my blood echoes? I had quite a few.
It's hard to say. I mean, I might. So for me, at least, I probably had more trouble with bosses from Dark Souls 3 and Dark Souls 1, but that's also because those were the first 2 Souls games I played, and I was not as good at them then. Not that I'm like amazing at them now, but I am better now than I was then. So that might be a part of it. Who else did you know what? I think this is, at least for me, I definitely had a hard time with Genichiro.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's because I was so souls pilled. And Genichiro, to me, is the boss in Sekiro that says,
teaches you this isn't like your average Souls game.
Yeah, because like, and this is, I think, this is a common experience for a lot of people who've played Souls games. They go into Genichiro, and they've made it to Genichiro without really getting the deflect in their blood. They're still doing dodges, right? They're still like doing the Souls dodge and counter. And I think you can't beat Genichiro that way. You have to deflect, and it becomes this like real lesson in, okay, this is how you actually need to play this game. I probably fought him 40 times before I actually finally beat Genichiro, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to do it the way that they want me to do it. So I think, at least for me, Genichiro was tough. I don't know though that on points Genichiro is still like really qualifies
as the hardest. Yeah,
I think that was
what you considered the hardest bosses for you. What were you?
Yeah, that was like a contextually hard boss for me, but probably like going back today, it's like ultra easy
by the numbers.
I think those are the big ones. I wonder if there's another one from Bloodborne. Sister Frieda's really fucking cool from Dark Souls 3.
Oh, yeah, another phase really 3 boss. Yeah.
3-phase boss. And also, there's Ornstein and Smo. That's always a tough one. Although these days, it's a really tough one.
I think historically, just the amount of like fear and rage that they've baited out of people.
And again, I was gonna say this earlier. I feel like the hard part about this list is also like when it comes to like the hardest, it's like there might be like 1 or 2 that I still think are hard no matter what. But I've redone a couple in like DS1.
Not as hard as they were. Yeah.
Maybe not DS3. And it's kind of like. Yeah. They were hard at the time. Like, there's one on my list for sure that I know as soon as I say it, it'll be like, oh, yeah, okay, it was hard when you first saw him.
Yeah, what's that?
Phase 2. So, it's one of them, but it's Capra Demon.
Oh, yes.
Because Capra Demon is a skill check of...
Correct,
it's funny that it happens in the first Dark Souls, because it's this, like, immediate, like, okay, you don't have a grand ballroom to fight in, you have a closet.
Yeah. That's the real boss, right? It's the closet part. The whole
Exactly. It's asking you to be like, how do you know how to manage your stamina well enough that you can do this reliably?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a great point. I think, Tom, you are in good company. I think a lot of people would say Capra Demon for the same reason. It's similar to my feeling about Genichiro, where it's like, okay, you need to learn how to play this game. Use the mechanics available to you and figure out with your tool set how you're going to beat this particular character, because they're going to use all of the tools, they're going to use all of the mechanics in this game against you, and you're going to have to figure out how to deal with them. I think Capra Demon is a common one that people choose for that reason, because it is definitely a skill check, and it's like, it's not just the boss. It's like the first time in Souls games where you're like, oh, they're not just trying to fuck me with the bosses and the boss moves and the health and shit. They're trying to fuck me with the arena and the context.
It's the first boss that makes the area actually like part of the menace, which I like because it's like going back to him. I did him the first time on my strength character, and then I did him the second time on my like dex like katana wielder, and I was like, oh, I know how to do this. Dogs first, run around, hit him a couple of times, but that first like couple of times was like so hard because you were like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? I only have a couple seconds in the beginning, and if I don't get past those first few seconds, I have to figure out, like, you're trying all kinds of weird, random bullshit, like, do I
because of the dogs, too, you can, if you make the wrong decision out front, you can get fucked so fast.
Because, I mean, the dogs, really, like, I've fought them a couple times where the dogs lasted, like, a couple seconds longer because I managed to, like, you know, kill one and outdo the other. But to me, it's like the dogs aren't meant to last long. Like, you're probably going to kill the dogs, no problem. The dogs are an immediate, constant attack that you know happened as soon as you've walked through the fog
and you
wall.
have to deal with it properly the first time, because if you don't, you get in that loop around the entire like tiny little closet arena where like you cannot deal with multiple enemies on the board at the same time.
You can't. You have to pick one or the other. But obviously, you can't like keep the dogs alive. They have to be.
You have to dispatch with them very quickly. Yeah.
Right. And I love that because like it's very much like the game understands like the dogs are meant to be just this constant pressure, but they also, however you deal with them, determines kind of the mood for the rest of the fight, right? Because if you kill them closer to the back of the closet, the Capra Demon like has different moves based on how far away he is from you. So that's going to determine like, are you dodging most of this fight, or are you actually
so much? And so much of that, because you're in so much limited space, it comes at a premium. The spacing of that fight is so important, and if you take 1 second to not manage your space, you will get fucked by the Capra Demon immediately. Like,
he's not hard, like stats wise, he's not hard, and it's funny because like later in front of Bed of Chaos,
it becomes a normal
regular guy. But it's such a great fight because, and I think the context of like seeing him again later is so great because it's like, he's not that tough. What's tough is that this particular one is.
It's funny that you say that. They put him in front of the Bed of Chaos, and that's such an open space,
right? Because you find an open field.
Yeah. So like, it's funny that I'm sure they did that on purpose to be like, hey, remember when you fought this guy in this horrible closed-up environment? Now fight him in this open space and realize how easy
it's like the reverse of like the Mega Man X intro of like, oh, here's how strong you could become. Like by the time you get down there, you're like, oh, look how strong you have already become because you're able to kill this guy no problem. And even if you had to fight him in the closet again, you would know what to do. But now you can just beat up on him any old time of day.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a really good one. It occurred to me too. Some people like ace him in one, and I think those are people that like
somebody
random.
Like,
I think you might have.
I think
I was gonna say like Arturius with Nate. You know, not in one, but in the first like, 3. It's like okay.
So this brings up another one. Arturius comes to mind for me, and I think there's a wide range of experiences with Artorias because most people get to him very late in game. They were already well built, and like Nate got there and was pretty over leveled for Artorias at the time.
I felt it was pretty easy.
Yeah, so he doesn't have, obviously, and I said this at the time, and I still feel this way. He doesn't have enough health. He needs more HP. Like you're doing yellow bar damage to him with every swing.
I wouldn't have said it on the first time I fought him, but after watching Nate, I was like, you know what? He does need more health.
Well, so this is the other thing. The thing about Artorias, though, is that you can get to him much earlier. Yeah. And if you do, he's way harder. So if you're not putting up a lot of damage, if you're on like one of the earlier weapons, and like especially if you're not like trained in Dark Souls, like Artorias is tough, like real balls hard, because he's got a deep kit. You know, he like poisons your ass, and like he's a tough fight if you go to the DLC early. So I will give special mention to him because I do think he can be really tough depending on when you get there. But I don't think most people go there early. So I think most people's experience is a little. I do think, unfortunately, that means that some people's experience with Artorias is a little bit disappointing. Even if he is easy, he's still got a flashy, cool ass moveset. He's a really badass character still. So.
Oh yeah, I love fighting him. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I think to your point, I do think that the fight doesn't go on long enough. I want to fight him more.
Yeah, exactly. I would love to have him have another phase, have more health. I'd like to be able to fight him again, like because it's a really fun fight when you're in there. But it just goes too fast. So, I do think Sister Frida is really uniquely challenging because of the 3 stages and the 2. Sister Frida is like a combination of Ornstein and Smo and the Demon of Hatred.
Yeah,
because it's two. Yeah, because it's 2 very. Yeah, it's 2 very different types of characters fighting you at the same time. So like Ornstein and Smo. So there's 2, you have to fight them differently. But it's 3 phases and a lot of fucking health. And so in that sense, it's definitely like Demon of Hatred. So I know a lot of people
I need to play the DLC at some point. I have not done any of Ring City.
Oh dude.
Man. Well, that's the other thing. Ring City is so hard. Ring City, that's a great enemy too.
It sounds like from the base 3 Dark Souls games that Ring City is probably the best.
I fucking love it. So here's the thing.
Yeah, Ring City
I will tell you,
DLC.
I loved Ring City, but you got to prepare yourself because that is nails. That is hard as nails. Ring City is not fucking around. Yeah, Ring City will punish your ass for sure. But it's fun. I mean, we did it on the stream. It's
Yep.
That's right. Yeah.
Nate suffered a lot.
It was tough.
Yeah.
Loved every minute of it. Every miserable minute. I loved it.
It's so good though. It's so worth it. Like it's so much fun, and it's the final boss of the DLC is badass too. So yeah, it's excellent DLC.
It's the Artorias fight we never got in 3.
Yeah,
I think the closest we ever got was Nameless King.
Yeah.
Oh man, I forgot about Nameless King.
Yeah,
everyone forgot about Nameless King because he doesn't have a fucking name.
King,
yeah.
I can't say like if we're talking about like coolest, I would put Nameless King up there with like I was thinking initially I was like, oh, coolest would be like Abyss Watchers because I fucking love
Abyss Watchers is a cool.
Abyss Watchers is Fight Club.
I love the idea that they're just fucking fanboys of Artorias. I love
it's just
I'm a fanboy of Artorias.
It's self-inflicted Fight Club.
Yeah,
like
it's such a great change up too because it's early enough in 3 that you're just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, wait,
right? You're like, wait,
you hate him and you hate him.
Yeah.
Why am I here? Like, why can't you guys do this without me? And then
it's especially cool if you've played Dark Souls 1 because like you get all the references that are happening there with Abyss Watchers,
just like him. Yeah.
Of which I did not. So I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, I had you play Dark Souls 3 first. I guess that was part of kind of a mistake. But
I don't know. I think it's kind of cool.
Well, I mean, I still stand by the idea that if for people who've never played a Dark Souls before, starting with 1 can be tough because it is not as modern, so it's kind of tougher to get into it. But yeah, I think I forgot Nameless King. How dare I? Nameless King is definitely tough. I will say, of all these bosses, I probably had less trouble with Nameless King, but I think that's because I'm naturally a more patient fighter.
Yeah,
and I think with Nameless King, you benefit a lot with Nameless King if you're particularly patient because he does have some dedicated openings that if you're willing to avoid all of his other stuff and not go in on him, you can be safe. Exactly. You can be safe for most of his stuff is easy to avoid if that's what you're focused on and not trying to get hits in at the same time. So like for me, it was a little bit easier because of that. I had more trouble definitely with Orphan of Cause or like Demon of Hatred in particular was a bad one for me because it's a big monster boss and I struggle with big monster bosses.
That's not your style. You're not a monster.
Not my style. Yeah, definitely not. Yeah, I suck at those. So, yeah, Nameless King easier, Demon of Hatred harder for me. But Nameless King, I clearly fucking tough, awesome boss. Love Nameless King. Love that he came back in.
Night Rain.
The Night Rain, yeah, it came back as basically a field boss.
I have not played it. Have you guys played it at all?
I haven't. I probably won't ever.
Played it. I've watched a decent amount of it.
Yes, I have as well. Yeah.
The boss fights do look like they are still very Elden Ring. They're not like.
Oh yeah.
Well, they're from everywhere. They're from all the FromSoft games. It looks like
the bosses are. Yeah. I mean, it looks really cool. I just will probably never play it because it's so focused on multiplayer.
Right.
Although you can do solos,
style.
but yeah.
It looks like it's meant to be a more co-op. Like it's meant to embody the summoning style of like, no, if you do it together, you have a strategy, which I like. It's like the strikes in Destiny, very much like 3 players. You've got roles.
It's raid style,
but you're not like opting into those roles. You're choosing to do it by your build, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's class. Yeah, it's like class driven. Yeah, it's really cool. It is cool, actually. I think if it were a single player, more single player focused, I would get into it. It's also kind of like roguelike-y, right? Like, I mean, like, you do runs, which also is definitely not my style. But I will say this: I have been replaying Elden Ring lately.
Yeah, me too, actually.
So, I have to make a recommendation to you, Nate.
Yeah.
And I know you're not the mod guy. You're not going to be doing mods a lot, probably.
Now that I've kind of like finished it, and now it's just replay,
so
I'm down to mod. Yeah, I'm
down
to
I gotta tell you,
mod.
I gotta tell you, I downloaded the best and installed the best Sekiro mod ever. It is
recently.
Yes. Yeah. So I've been because there's a whole bunch of different kinds of Sekiro mods out there.
Yeah,
and
I've downloaded the
they all do
one a while back, but I never used it yet.
Yeah, they all do kind of like similar things, but this one is legitimately like proper Sekiro. Like you're getting the proper deflect. You're breaking down posture. It even has a die twice mechanic.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah, which is really kind of cool. It kind of surprised me the first time it happened, but it counteracts that. So like people might say, well, that probably makes you overpowered. No, because you end up doing it reduces the amount of damage you do. So it requires you to really get into the deflect system the same way that Sekiro does. And it's such an amazing, seamless experience. It genuinely, if Elden Ring launched with this mechanic and the combat like this, it would be a top 2 game all time for me. It's that much fun. It's that good. Even the bosses, it feels like they're made for this process, like they're made for this system. It's fucking amazing. So definitely I recommend putting that mod on because it's changing my experience. And I'm playing it alongside, I'm rewatching RKG's Let's Play of it. And it's cool because RKG, one of the guys on that show, is kind of like a lore master. So he like knows all the lore, and so as they're going through the game, he's explaining the lore. And so I'm actually like you'll be proud of me, Nate. I'm kind of doing like a deep dive on Elden Ring lore.
Oh, nice, man.
Which is kind of cool. I've never really done that before. Yeah. So it's a different experience for me for sure. Now doing Elden Ring with all the Sekiro stuff and with the lore behind it. But it's really fucking cool, man. And the lore of Elden Ring is really badass, I have to say. Like, I do think if they do the movie right, it's gonna be cool.
I was so close.
That was a hell of a good run. That was better than the
poisoning is crazy.
Yes, it is.
Because like his third phase, he just starts doing it to you by being near you.
Yeah.
I gotta switch to the whip or something.
I mean, you can switch your trick weapon and get more distance for sure. There is a fire paper. FYI, fire paper. Oh yeah.
Fire paper?
What is
Sky response?
Okay.
So it's like it's like in Elden Ring, like when you put oil on your blade, it's a buff. It gives you a status effect on your weapon.
Interesting. Okay.
I do believe that the Bloodstarved Beast is weak to fire. I believe.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't think about the elements in this game yet. Yeah.
Like really, what it is for me is that it's a test of patience. I think I've got his moveset mostly figured out, except for maybe some things in Phase 3. But it's the fact that he moves so much that I can only hit him like 2 times.
Yes.
Before he's off to something else.
Yeah, he moves a lot, and he his counterattacks are wicked fast, like 0 startup frames. So like you really can't be super aggressive with him.
Yeah, it's like, it's just like 1 2 1 2
1, which is kind of dirty because obviously the mechanic of this game is to be aggressive. So like if you're taking damage from him, it's hard to get the rally mechanic off on him because he doesn't give you a lot of windows for landing damage.
Yeah.
Because to your point, like he'll just like jump away and like across the arena, and you have to run to him. So yeah, it's a pain in the butt. Can't wait till you start finding some some different weapons, Nate. There's some really cool ones in this game. I think you'll
It'd be
like.
great, man. I'd love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe
I like how blood attack is an element of attack.
Blood
here.
attack.
Are these
Blood
the 5
attack.
different attack types you can have on a weapon?
Yeah.
Physical, blood, arcane, fire.
blood gem fortification.
Huh.
And so you said this is like putting in like dexterity gems or like bleed
Correct.
gems.
I believe it is. Yeah, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's like putting it's changing the scaling of
Yeah.
Oh, I
weapon.
see. Yeah.
So like, I don't even know what I'd be using. Like, what am I even? Can I add? Is
It's
it
probably-
just a matter of regular blood gems? Is it like a mount of them, or is it the
I mean,
style
it's-
of them?
I don't really
Like,
remember.
I don't even
It's
know what I'm
probably-
able to infuse them with. I don't even know what I'd
I mean,
be using.
at this
them as.
point, because you don't even like, I would wait and save them for a weapon that you're like really proven on. The thing to remember in this game is that it's not as varied or deep item wise as any of the Souls games.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're gonna have like 70 some odd weapons in your inventory. You're gonna pick from like
Yeah.
8 or 9 different weapons probably.
I do like that about this one in terms of like it's closer to Sekiro in that it's like less weapon
Yes.
choices, but the
Correct.
weapons have more distinct differences.
Yes, the weapons are like a ton of character in the weapons. They're very distinctive. You will find one that you will vibe with, no doubt. Interesting though, it's hard to say with Nate because like Nate wants to play with fucking everything. So I don't know.
Well, I want to play with the things that won't satisfy you.
Correct. Yeah. So when you find my favorite weapon, you're gonna be like, ah, fuck
I'm gonna
this.
be like,
No,
"Oh,
just
dumb,
go all
I don't
magic
like
then.
it."
Just all
Yeah.
magic
Yeah.
nukes. All you do is just shoot.
Yeah.
Turn into a shooter.
Nate's gonna go
third-person
full
shooter.
mage.
Yeah, I think of my DS1 mage where I was like, oh, all I do is just shoot spells. Sick. That's great.
I am getting to the point in Elden Ring where I'm like, I want to play something weird.
Glintstone is great. Yeah, Glintstone
Yeah.
shit is amazing for that. 'Cause you can do Glintstone like Rune Knight super easy, but also just like regular Glintstone spells are great because you just spam that shit forever.
I mean, now that I'm learning about the lore, like the sorceries, like
Yeah.
you cosplaying as like a Carrion Knight or like a Carrion Mage is kind of sick.
Yeah,
It's kind of
The
crazy.
Like the whole,
It is
all the
great.
lore back there
Yeah.
is really cool. So
Dude,
For as much as I
I'm
hate those
so
giant
brushed up on
hands,
the
they're
lore
very
now.
cool lore-wise.
Yeah. I'm even following theories of like, non-defined things in the lore now.
Mhm, yeah.
Like whether or not Radahn was a consort by choice or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
I like
Radahn is
I think-
actually a cool. Radahn's kind of like the protagonist of that fucking world. Like,
yeah,
when you
pretty
think
much.
about it.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
had main character syndrome.
He did. Yeah, totally.
I like the tree symbolism a lot. I think I watched the Baki video. That was like the most comprehensive. That was like, yeah, the reason why the Earth tree is so important is like roots versus leaves and how that cycle works and all that stuff.
Yeah, really cool. I think we'll forever wonder how much of that lore was like George R. R. Martin and how much of it was Miyazaki.
Yeah.
I don't think
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
ever get a good sense of that.
I believe
I think
it was said that
honestly,
he like wrote the setting and like the beginning, and then Miyazaki said, "Cool,
yeah.
let's change it
Take
up."
it from there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Miyazaki understood how to assign it stuff, but George R. R. Martin knows how to do tragedy pretty well. So I feel like not that Miyazaki
Yeah.
hasn't. Miyazaki already understands, like, oh,
I mean, Miyazaki's done the
Artorias
best
goes into
tragedy in
this.
the history of video games.
right.
Artorias.
And I feel like that's why he was like,
Artorias,
I know that
exactly.
you know how I do this. Let's let you do like the weird family stuff because that is what keeps people guessing. Like,
True.
Radagon is so and so.
It is kind of a perfect marriage, right? I mean, like the way that they both do dark fantasy is very similar.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Yeah, the tragedy, the sacrifice, like the characters that are flawed, like all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's really good. Which is part of the reason why I don't think we'll ever really know how much each of them had a hand on it because they do things so similarly. Feels like their Venn diagram is like pretty
A circle.
overlapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
It's certainly an oval.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's hard to distinguish between the two because they both have very similar styles.
Yeah. I kind of
All right, what's
appreciate that
this?
about them.
Let's start Beast Baby.
Yeah. So
You gonna get it this
what
time?
I did upgrade my stuff like 1 level.
Okay.
Both
I don't
my
think I've
gun,
seen a
which
lot
I
of
have
this
yet to
guy.
use.
What's the deal with Blood-Starved Beast? Is
Oh.
he just like ravenous for blood, and that's why he's so angry, or
Probably.
know
I
about
don't know
him
the
so
full lore
far?
behind him. Like he's got,
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
see like flesh flaps on the side of his head. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
Also very parryable.
very Dead Space?
You can parry this motherfucker. So
Which I find is very funny because like you normally expect the humans with weapons to be parryable, and it's like no, actually this guy totally is because
yeah,
he's swinging arms at you.
I feel like most of the bosses are parryable in this game. They definitely want you to like stand in there and like not leave the fight. So
yeah,
I love that animation.
I like it. Helps. It helps the aggression factors. Like if they're all parryable, it's good. Then you can stay in longer.
Definitely. I do love the animation of switching when you like tap the cane on the ground.
Yeah, sick. That's pretty cool. The greed's real here.
Yeah, I just got in the way of a bad combo.
Well, I'm mostly talking about your health status.
Yeah, I know. That's what caused it.
He's going in without healing. Yeah,
but I mean, I guess that is kind of what the game is asking you to do. So you're not wrong.
Yeah,
that's true. You gotta gamble.
The only problem is now you can't get the health back because the rally window is over now. So like you'll never get that health back by attacking.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, does rally only happen on?
Only for like a couple seconds after.
If you watch the health bar when he gets hit, there'll be like it'll change briefly to like a little bit of orange. The little white marker will go down.
I see.
Yeah, and then there will be a little like orange or light red left over, and that's how much you can gain back. And then you have to hit for the same amount in order to get that full life back. And
shit! Okay, and that's why the aggression is so encouraged.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it only lasts for like 5 seconds, so you got to get in there and get it. Yeah.
Oh, I can't even shoot him right.
Good try though. I saw that.
That's like right. that. Once he did that parry or that combo on me, I was like, okay, this is kind of a
his combo.
It's a moot point. Yeah.
The combo here is crazy.
Yeah, I'm also trying to get a backlog of blood vials again because I kind of burned through them all.
Yep.
I figured when I saw you not heal, I thought that was the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're running into the thing that I had mentioned before you even started this game, which is I think the reason why this game, in my opinion, is still the most punishing FromSoft game.
Limited heals, and you can't ever craft them, right?
I don't think you can craft them, but you can buy them.
They drop often enough. Okay, you can buy them.
They do drop a lot, and you can buy them from the store. So like if you just have, so you can go get, you can get a bunch of echoes, and then you can go buy them.
Okay, that is. I was gonna say that's nice that you don't have to farm them from combat only, because that would suck.
Yeah. Although there are farming spots where you can definitely just reliably get them to drop.
Right, kind of like Humanities with the rats and the depths.
Yes, exactly. There are places that are very clearly like pretty intentionally designed to be places where these drop every time.
I'm sure this has already been done before, but I wonder, has anyone ever done? It's probably more of a speedrunner type thing. Has anyone ever done a run of Bloodborne where they don't heal using any blood vials? They just use the rally mechanic?
Oh, I'm sure of it, yeah.
Because I was thinking, I was like, if you're ever down that bad and you just learn to parry really well, you probably could do the majority of the game that way once you unlock that like skill.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the cool thing about the rally mechanic too is you know how sometimes you can get a parry off, but they also still hit you at the same time.
Yeah,
so you get parry, but you still take damage. The great thing about the rally mechanic is if you get the parry off, whether you take damage or not, you'll get that health back.
There goes all my fucking souls. Whatever.
Well,
I see. Mean, so you still get the health back, yeah.
Yeah, so like you always get rewarded for doing the parry, even if it's not perfect, you know. So
which good. I'm glad that the more aggressive game encourages that, because like you should be able to be like, well, it's kind of like in MMOs, like healing mitigation sometimes is healing ahead of time, knowing it's not going to apply until I'm almost dead. Because it's kind of like the credit math of like, yes, I'm going to be hit for this much, but I also am going to heal for this much around the same time. So what wins out? It's
very FromSofty in the sense that, at least in my opinion, it's balls hard, of course, but I always get, I mean, the separating factor for FromSoft games is that they're hard, but somehow still fair. They feel fair.
Right. They give you enough tools to be able to understand how to get around.
Yeah, I mean, you do often feel like you're getting fucked in these games somehow, but you also feel like oftentimes when you lose, it's like your fault, and you probably could have done better to fix it. So it's a weird balance that they strike. I do think that Bloodborne is a generally pretty fair game. I will say, again, the blood vial situation really sucks. It's one of the reasons why I do hope someday they port it to PC so I can just like mod that shit out. But you know, it is what it is. Because I'd prefer the Sekiro system, because right now you can carry 20 heals on you at any time, which feels like which is a shit ton of heals. I would prefer to have 10 heals or less, but have them replenish. Right? I would prefer that process more.
Agreed. Like
all right.
A lot, but I'm just trying to get some more heals.
Not nothing. Take what you can get.
And now I'm able to fully, like, in one salvo, kill those guys.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tempering Blood Gemstone. That's something new, or at least rare.
Tempering Blood Gemstone. You saw that dog, like, nope.
There are easier, less damaging kills to be had.
I mean, we did watch him do all of Neo. I feel like part of the run
Dude,
past
Neo was brutal with the heals.
Yeah, I feel like being able to run past stuff again is such a nice.
Can't craft them, can't buy them.
I don't need to.
Yeah.
I know what
just gotta find them. And it seems like it's kind of like rubber banded. Like once you get a certain number of them, they stop dropping.
Don't want to give you any more.
Like nearly as much.
It's like Metroid, where they only drop you whatever you need, but they do the opposite in Neo.
Doesn't fucking Dead Space like drop you the stuff that you use? Like if you're using a specific gun, it gives you ammo for that gun.
Yeah. So a big strategy in Dead Space is to only carry like 2 or 3 guns instead of 4, because 4 is your maximum. So like when I would do, there's an achievement in Dead Space 1 called the one gun run, which is you just use the pistol. But the pistol in that game is kind of like the pistol from Halo, where it's actually
like the best weapon in the game. Yeah.
It's very viable because it's very like singular point. So a lot of people will just carry just that gun because, well, 1, you're not going to use any other guns, and 2, you don't really need to. If you just carry that,
better
you're
for
always
ammo economy too.
Right. Yeah. So you always, if you ever get ammo at all, it's always going to be for the gun that you're using.
I feel like that's what I do. That's what I would do. I've watched a lot of Let's Plays of Dead Space, and I always feel like I would just use the starting pistol.
Yeah, I mean,
because it also has that directionality mechanic where you can flip, vertical and horizontal.
Right, because that's the most important part about Dead Space. Is not so much
you
about
gotta take off the limbs, right?
Right, it's about taking off limbs and how do you it's the survival horror. Like you're gonna back up the tank controls. How do you do that? Ooh, good. Holy shit.
See that, Nate? Like you got hit on that parry, but you got the health back
sooner.
Well, I mean, you got the health back because you had the riposte, so you had the rally mechanic feed that health back to you. So there really wasn't much risk there. But yeah, Dead Space. I do. Like, I feel like that's kind of how I would run it. I just want to use the pistol all the time for that reason.
It's funny that you mentioned that. There are the thing about Dead Space. Even the first game has a lot of really good weapons that are very interesting. Even like the contact gun, which is basically just like it's just a gun that shoots the big, like, charged concentrated point. The thing I like about Dead Space is that it offers guns that make the game more like... It's a weird comparison, but more like...
Damn it. Okay.
Not.
I forgot he poisoned me.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw that damage down. Dead Space guns make the game feel less like a shooter in terms of precision. It's more about, like, cooking games where you have to manage orders. Because you have a number of these necromorphs, and once you learn their traits, it's more about like, okay, I've got this big saw blade gun. I shoot out a saw blade and it stays out there. Right. And it's like, okay, I know what's coming. And yes, it's scary, but once you're already used to the fear, you're like, okay, I'm gonna like let this out here. This is gonna tear his legs off, but I got 2 more guys who are slower than he is. I need to switch to a different gun to conserve ammo and then figure out how to queue up all your enemies at once.
Right. Yep. Yeah, Dead Space is one of the few like survival horror games that I actually have interest in playing because I think there's like a gameplay element there that's actually really compelling.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, it's I played like a couple hours of Resident Evil 4 before I played Dead Space, but the demo of that alone was enough where I was like, you know what? I actually kind of see why the combat in this is fun. Like the scary elements is like if you've seen a horror movie, you kind of already get it. The thing I like about Dead Space is just like the variety of enemies that you run into means that every enemy is a different strategy.
Yeah.
And it's not like, if you ever run into them and you don't have a certain thing, you can still make it work. It's a matter of what do you have that is the most effective, which I love because it doesn't ask you to like, oh, you have to build yourself a certain way. Like, no, you carry the guns you want. You just have to find out how
they interact,
apply them to different enemies.
Which I really love. That's actually the reason why I didn't much like Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
Because despite the like great variety of weapons and like the amazing traversal gameplay and like it felt amazing to play, it really leaned hard into you have to use the specific weapon for a specific enemy. And like if you didn't, you basically weren't doing damage to that enemy, which really felt like almost Halo-y to me, where it was like you got to use the weapons that we tell you to use, and like
what
if
are
you don't
doing here, dude?
you don't happen to like that gameplay style, well, you get fucked. You don't have a choice.
Right.
Like, you
Yeah.
this way.
I appreciate that about Dead Space because there's more than one way to deal with like so there's a version of that same pistol, Ian, called the line gun. It's essentially the exact same thing. It just is a wider base and it's heavier.
Yeah.
And what's great about it is that like if you want like a big horizontal thing that like I just want to chop legs in general, you can do that with line gun, or you can use the Ripper, which is the saw blade gun that shoots out the saw blade. That exactly.
Yeah.
And so like you can like if you ever have to run into that, you can do either or. You can also like if there's like a bunch of these like little like small like locust enemies, you can use the pistol and try and like precision hit them, or you can use the flamethrower because the flamethrower there is actually like a good thing to switch to. It's very
Dead Space
much
is on
like,
PC, right?
Yeah, no, the original from 08 is on PC, and so is the remake. Yeah, they're both on
Nice.
Steam.
Okay, cool.
I highly recommend. Honestly, the remake is 08 is not bad. I think the remake is just as good. There's not really a big difference between the two of them.
I mean, it looks amazing. When I've seen it on Let's Play, it looks fantastic.
The remake is a little bit more interesting because in 08 there's not as much like open world. It's very like chapter to chapter. The remake has an element where you can go wherever you want, essentially. But when you go back to old spaces, the enemies that are there, like there's certain like signposted enemies, like if you go through this hallway, this one guy will drop down. Once you're past that point, if you come back there, the enemies are totally randomized. So it becomes like the Left 4 Dead AI agent, where it's like, oh, once you've done the set piece, this is now just a randomized element. So if you ever come back here to get ammo and stuff, you can, but you don't know what you're going to encounter.
You don't know what you're risking.
Yeah. I actually had a number of times where I went back to the beginning area in 23 when I was playing it on stream, where I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And then like all of a sudden shit would drop down I've never seen before. I was like, oh, this is different from the original game. This is actually more like what the journal entries make it feel like.
Nice. It's a shame that they're not gonna remake 2.
Yeah, 2. I actually replayed 2. I think it was during COVID. I played through 1 and 2 again, and 2 is a great. 2 has some very tense moments.
Oh, it's that combo.
Like Saw or Terrifier, there are some moments in there that are great, but it doesn't. Dead Space is one of those few horror games where it does do the very intense like. It feels like torture porn kind of, but there is actually like right, because exactly like I said that and it was like, oh, I would tune out immediately, except some of those points are actually like story important and they don't feel like they're forced. They're not like, oh, isn't this
the lore of Dead
up?
Space is cool. I like I want to see them turn that into like a horror audiobook or like a stage play.
Oh,
that's sick. It's really cool lore.
I'm looking at so I have a book. I have 2 books actually that are Dead Space books, kind of similar to Halo. The Dead Space books, the few that I have are actually really well written, and they are exactly in universe. Like they are.
That's cool because it's based on a really compelling, cool, interesting story. The characters in that game are like fucked up, man. Like there's some fucked up things going on with those characters.
The one that's actually like a textbook, not a comic book, is Dead Space Martyr, which is about when you play through 2, you keep hearing like the phrase like Altman be praised, and they keep talking about this Altman guy. Like, who the fuck is this guy? And the church makes it seem like, oh, he's like our Jesus or whatever. The book explains like who Altman is.
It's Sam Altman, head of OpenAI.
Right, yeah, exactly. Which is very funny that when his name came up in the news, I was like, oh shit, I don't trust that.
His art imitating life imitating art.
But the book is great because it's almost like a kind of like the Star Wars Legacy stuff where it's like, oh, a lot of actual good detail is like written out here about who these people are. And again, like it's very similar to the themes of the game where it's just like, oh no, the church is just using you to get to certain things. Altman was not a religious zealot at all. In fact, he was never a part of the religion. He was a straw man that they used to say like, oh, well, you found it, so you're our Jesus now. And he's like, no, the fuck I am not. I'm not doing that. I'm going to Edward Snowden this shit. And chaos ensues. But it's very well written because it's very much like, it's not about like cyberpunk tech or like how believable it is, more about the deception and like the like intrigue of why would anyone choose to use this stuff.
It's that fucking cult element behind it. Like it's like that's like particularly scary to me. That's an element that I always find scary. Like people just like their worst possible instincts, like taking over, really fucked up. Plus, it's got that mysterious alien type of element to it too. That like all the best alien movies do. Like Prometheus, like that's the best element of Prometheus. Like you get this like mysterious, alien element that kind of keeps in the background. You don't know very much. Damn, Nate, you're getting that parry down.
I'm getting the hang of it.
Critical. Yeah, he's got that critical.
Ton of damage.
Yeah. Look at that parry.
Certainly speeding.
I do want to ask. We got to get Nate's comment on. There it is again. That run back.
Yeah, that run back is brutal.
Yeah, I see that multi-story drop every time, and I'm like, man, I'm tired of this.
This run back is balls.
Yeah.
Do a few more of these, man. You got this guy aced.
Right. It's certainly
you
speeding the fight up
for this. Yeah. You have to watch out for the poisoning, and then you have to watch out for that crazy ass combo he does. This one.
Yeah, that's nuts. One.
He basically just goes ham on your ass.
The last thing I'll say about the Dead Space stuff is the book. I obviously read because I'm a big fan, but one thing I really like the book does, the games kind of hint at, is they don't really ever talk much about like what the marker or like necromorphs are. They're just like, it's just this alien artifact that releases a signal. We don't know what it does. And the book starts to make you think, even like the moments where like shit is really hitting the fan, you're like, this thing doesn't really know what it's doing. Like that's kind of the whole point. It's very similar to Alien, where like Alien has xenomorphs who are predators. All they want to do is they kill, and that's how they spread, right? Xenomorphs don't necessarily know that. The markers, like signals, the hallucinations as you get closer to it, you kind of realize it doesn't know what it is doing either. It just knows that this is like evolutionarily how it's supposed to program itself. So it's like, I'm not necessarily trying to kill people. All I know how to do is spread through necrosis. I literally do not understand.
It's like, what it is? It's like a meme. Like its only its only purpose for existing is replication.
Right.
Like it's got a singular
but goal. It's not right. And even though it comes out as malicious in the result, it's like the actual signal itself is like, oh no, this is very normal.
There's not like any real intent behind it at all. It's like it's just its nature.
Exactly. Right. It's
actually a little bit like Alien.
Yeah,
it's actually a little bit like Alien, because like the lore of Alien is the same. Like these creatures, they don't like have a purpose or like an intent. It's just their instinct. It's like that's what they do. Which I guess Prometheus kind of sheds light on that, because it's like they were bred as biological weapons, basically, right? By the engineers.
Yeah. So it's also, I feel like that's also why it leaks into Metroid
whip time.
In the way it does, especially in Dread. Just because like what you learn in Dread is very like eye-opening to like, oh, so actually the reason why these things are bad is probably not because of them. It's not like there's evil by nature. Evil is something instilled by what they're used for. And Alien, Dead Space, Metroid, they all have that same element.
They all share that DNA, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Alien or foreign or unknown does not mean bad. It's usually that we, whether it's Weyland-Yutani or the UEC, whatever, some group is the.
Oh no!
Oh, look at that health, though. Look at that health.
Jesus!
It's the poison, man.
That was the worst timing. That was the worst timing.
Too. I was like watching you, like just having to heal through that fucking. Hey, Top Hat.
And I just don't have that much. So, yeah, sweet.
I
wonder if that's.
When you get hit by poison, does it like show up on the health bar, or is there like an indicator of like when you're
there? You saw it there. It will show up like the same way any other status effect. It'll build up, and
it's got its own stylized version.
Oh, I see.
But it's the same build up bar as any other Souls-like game.
Another run back. We love this.
Another run back. I guess
I maintain. I don't know how you guys feel about this. The run back. So I played through all of Silksong. Fucking loved Silksong. Silksong is an all-time great game. I can't say enough good things about it. But it's not a 10 out of 10 in my book because of their commitment to runbacks. And I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I personally feel like runbacks are stupid.
They're dumb.
I do not to this day understand the concept, but I mean, I understand the point of it. To my mind, the point of the runback is such that there are consequences for failure, right?
Yeah.
So that like there is a reason why you don't want to lose, because you get a punishment for it. My problem with this is that it's, again, very punishment focused, whereas like, to me it feels very lazy, Because like you think about Sekiro, and there is a mechanic in that game where there is consequence.
It's just player buffering.
Failure.
Like,
yeah, and well, because like to me there are in-game mechanics that are, because to me a run back is punishment IRL rather than punishment in-game. Like they couldn't come up with a in-game mechanic for consequence. So instead all they're doing is actually punishing the human being by stealing their time. And to me that's like anathema to a video game, and that's like deeply uncool. Whereas like Sekiro, for example, it's got the dragon rot mechanic, right?
yeah.
And so like you'll notice like in Sekiro there's very few actual runbacks. Like usually your respawn point is like 5 seconds away from the boss arena. But the consequences really are that you lose half your shit, not all of your shit. You lose half your shit when you die, right? So like there's no picking up your sen when you die. You just lose half of it. And then secondary to that is the dragon rot mechanic, which closes down some vendors, and then you have to go on basically using a game mechanic. You kind of have to go on quests to collect the materials that help you undo the dragon rot, right?
Yeah.
So like to me that was a much more thoughtful, well-wrought idea about how to deal with consequence in game, so that you don't want to die because there's real consequence, but it's not robbing you of any IRL resources. Like, it's not stealing your literal time from you.
It's just giving you a chore to do later.
Yeah, and then again, and also like the sen thing, it's also you can opt in or out, because like when you lose your sen, okay, so you lose it. If you want to farm for more, you can go do that. Or in the dragon rot thing is the same way. Like you don't have to ever lift the dragon rot if you don't want to. Like if you don't want to spend the time, if you don't want to invest in it, just leave it. And it's not going to it's not no end of the world. Like it doesn't even kill the vendors. You can always go back and undo the dragon rot.
And people were like, "Fuck no."
That's what people thought. Yeah, because they had sort of marketed it that way. People thought that actually they hadn't really said anything, but the game itself tells you that it's gonna kill these vendors, these NPCs, if you don't fix it. And so everyone was like, "Oh shit, this is like terrifying."
And then it says ... eventually.
Yeah, basically. And so like I think that's such a better way ultimately of communicating consequence for losing, rather than just like, hey, I'm going to make you take an extra 30 minutes in this tedious ass run. And it's like, to me, it's like maybe 10 years ago that made sense. These days, especially a team like Team Cherry developing Silksong, like they're too good for that. They're too smart. No. They're too creative. They're too good at game design to just be lazy and say, okay, we're going to hurt you with a run back. Like, that bothers me.
But the bosses in base game alone were hard enough that I'm like, they don't need to have run backs.
Definitely not. Point. Like, totally. Yeah, it's like, you know, and then plus, like, especially when you get later on in the game, you get to, like, some really fucking hard bosses. When you get into the third chapter, the secret third chapter, it's like... Fuck, man, it's really tough. It can be a brutal game, and then they add in these incredible runbacks. I mean, some of the runbacks in Silksong are the worst runbacks I have ever experienced in a video game.
That's disappointing. No.
Yeah, it's really bad, and it's like, fortunately, like I've again got some patience, and I am conditioned on the Souls genre to be able to put up with it, but like I don't blame people for wanting to put that shit down when they come up to run back like that. It's just like, it's really painful. So this run back sucks. So
yeah, not my favorite.
Yeah, it sucks. This guy does have, I'm remembering now, this guy has a vulnerability to, there's an item where you can basically throw a decoy, and he will go try and like, he'll get all horny for this decoy that you throw out into the arena, and then you can look at the top there, Tom. You can see the meter.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh, so it's not like in the middle like how it is in the Souls.
Correct. Like yeah, it's up.
I like that it's like the precursor to like the items you can get for market in people in Elden Ring. It's like, oh, this is like.
It's a little bit like that, like the shackle.
Yeah, the shackle.
It's kind of like the shackle. Yeah, except I think it's actually a consumable.
Okay.
So, yeah, there's a similar item to that though for Father Gascoigne, which Nate never needed because he one-shot Gascoigne. But Yeah, there's a
pretty good at this game or something. I don't know.
there's a little bell. No, not a bell. It's a music box that you can get for Father Gascoigne that like calms him down, and you can pop that and like you can wail on him for a little while.
I need to fucking get some heals, man. Like that's my
real
problem. I hate to go grinding for it like tonight, and we only got like a half hour left anyway.
I mean, here's the thing. The nighttime grinding. That's
You have the first 2 phases of this guy down without a problem. Like you're nailing that. You're nailing the parry really well. It's just that fucking third phase.
Yeah,
it's just the third phase when it's just the poison in the third phase. Yeah,
I think it's just I gotta heal through the DPS or just like his aura is shit. I hate that shit.
Well, that is one of the if you want. We can try to find. You might already have some in your inventory. The items
and stuff, but...
that do the secret trick on him, the decoy.
Right. Yeah.
You can do that.
Summon I might just do.
Is there a humanity?
Yeah, you can do that.
Humanity equivalent in this game? I don't remember.
I mean, it's kind of. I would equate the humanity to the insight, which you see the eyeball at the top right there.
Ah, okay, yeah.
It's not exactly the same mechanic at all, but like it's sort of a similar concept that it governs what you're able to do, and it has an effect on
the state of the character. Yeah,
it is. Yeah, it's like it's almost like world tendency in some ways. But
okay.
it is more like character tendency than world tendency.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So insight, if you have too much insight, you can actually go crazy, I believe, in this game. You can lose your mind.
Okay, I have heard of this. Yeah, there's a balancing act for one of these resources. Yeah.
Wait, so it's not. That's not like. Does that number go up somewhere on some other mechanic?
You get it when you beat bosses, I believe.
God damn it! Really?
And you needed it originally to actually level up.
Mm-hmm. Somebody give me a fucking blood vial. I gotta heal even before I go fight this dude.
Yeah, here you go. So I just looked this up. This is exactly how I read this. So, because it doesn't, it's not
heal through
like so many other things. It's not like ultra clear in the game. But so the insight is currency that reflects it's a stat and currency that reflects your character's inhuman knowledge, used to purchase items, summon help, and trigger story events. But it also increases enemy aggression and your vulnerability to frenzy. So frenzy is the thing that happens like if you've got too much of that insight shit on you.
Interesting.
And frenzy is like to I've always thought of frenzy as like this game's version of like the worst status effect. Like all these games always have like what's the worst version of a status effect?
Oh
frenzy,
god, yeah.
This one.
Like Frenzy Flame in Elden Ring.
It's like Frenzy. Well, I'd even say like Death Blight.
Death Blight is the worst.
Death Blight in Elden Ring is an insta kill.
Fucking birds. God, fuck those things.
He fucking fell through the floor and I can't get his. Ugh! Oh,
what's that glowy patch right there? Is that?
That's important? A summon. That's summon Alfred. I don't
shit,
know who
Master
that is.
Wayne. All
Master
right.
Wayne. Yeah. Fucking.
Batman.
Batman.
Did you already give all 5 of your hardest bosses, Ian?
What's that?
We already did all the hardest bosses.
What's mine? My list was Demon of Hatred, Orphan of Kos, Melania, Consort Radon, and
that's right.
Genichiro, said.
Yeah, I had Genichiro. My fifth might be kind of like a rotating spot, but yeah. Genichiro for me personally was really tough.
Genichiro is he the end? No, Ishin is the last boss.
Yeah, Ishin's the last boss in both versions of the ending. There's either Sword Saint Ishin or Old Man Ishin. But look, Sword Saint Ishin at the end of Sekiro, I think for a lot of people's money, is worse than Melania. Is the hardest boss in the history of FromSoft.
Really?
Yes, and it wasn't for me again because I had by the time I got to Sword Saint Ishin, I had fought. I had like practiced so much at Sekiro at that point that I got really good at Sekiro. Sekiro is one of those games where it is very skill based, so you can get really good at it and just make the game easier for yourself. So by the time I got to Sword St. Ishin, it wasn't as hard maybe as it could have been for others. Part of the problem with Sword St. Ishin is he's got infinite kit basically. He's got a million moves,
he's
but he's
triple
also
wielding.
And he's a 4-stage boss because you have to fight.
Really?
You have to fight Genichiro first every time.
Oh fuck that! Oh
Yeah. So
because
Sword St. Ishin is actually 3-stage, but you have to fight. You have to fight like powered up Genichiro as a preamble to each fight in the same arena. So like you got to win 4 separate stages of that fight to beat Ishin. And yeah, to Nate's point, he's got each stage. He's like got a different weapon and weapon combos that he comes at you with. I will say though, much like so many other fights in Sekiro, going back and just fighting that fight over and over again is so much fucking fun.
Yeah.
Like
he's 4 phases, but he's 4 phases of fun.
It is fun, man. It is so good. It's the reason why Sekiro remains my favorite FromSoft game, and it's not close.
I had that feeling with like Malakath and Artorias, so I understand that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Malakath is a really good fight. Tough one too. Malakath's tough.
Yeah.
So we have like,
Manus is tough.
Manus is pretty tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because Manus is probably number 1 on my list.
You know who deserves to be on
tough.
there?
I fucking hate Manus.
The dragons, Calamite and Dark Eater.
Definitely. I think that's on a lot of people's lists. Yeah. It's also that's that combo effect too. Like having 2 guys on the field at once against you is like really shitty.
Yeah.
And having them be dragons is like fuck. And one of them, if I remember correctly, doesn't one of them have a fucking Kamehameha? I think
Probably.
like just like maps you. Across the room?
No, Calamite has like that eye of disaster or something, and then but Dark Eater
yes,
what's
Medir?
Medir, yeah, Dark Eater Medir.
Medir, that's what it is. Yeah,
I couldn't remember his name.
Yeah,
he has a fucking breath weapon that's a beam.
Yeah,
Calamite has a pretty standard kit. Nadir seems worse.
So those are obviously. I hate all the dragon fights in all the FromSoft games.
Oh really? That's too bad.
Them. Oh yeah. Well, I hate them because they are the epitome of the giant monster, like
beast,
monster hunter fight. Well, what I do like about them though is that the dragon designs are fucking awesome. Like
they have some pretty good designs.
Like you can't argue with Placidusax. Like that is such a badass.
Well, I did. Yeah, Placidusax was cool. I will say I'm what's the one that you fight underground? That's
shit. Yeah, what is that one?
In Elden Ring or in Dark Souls?
Elden Ring. That's one that you fight underground. Shit. That's the one that I killed with the knife, Ian. I was trying to say I was like I'm biased because my fight against him was that was my one shot of the series of just like this guy's hard shit.
You and I were on that stream together. I remember.
Right, yeah.
What was the name? What's his name?
It's not Placidusax because that's the one that you fight in.
It's not.
That's the 3-headed one. That's the 3-headed one.
Is it Fortisax?
Yes, I believe it's Fortisax.
Yeah. Were you doing Godwin's timeline thing? Like,
I don't remember.
That's the. Was he a Lich Dragon?
It's down by when you meet Fia again.
That's Fortisax.
Yeah, it's like down like once you go through the coffin, you go down the.
Yeah, that's Fortisax.
Down the level. Yeah,
that's the one that Godwin was like, "Hey man, what about if we be bros?" And he's like, "Oh, sick."
Yeah.
That's the one that I think, Tom, you ended up beating just in your second goddamn try, and I think you ended him with like a pot or something.
Yeah,
you hit him.
No, I had a because I was playing my Pole Blade and Claws character, so I had the Kukri, which is an A scaling.
Oh, that's right, it was.
Weapon.
Yes.
Right,
that's
so it was like it shouldn't be doing that much damage, and I wasn't like built for throw weapons, but I was like, I saw how much health I had left, and I was like, no, there's no fucking way.
Yeah, you're just like
my Kukris and just like hit him with one, and then it said like enemy defeated. I was like, there's no.
It was
fucking
high
way.
comedy. Very high comedy.
It was the most like. I will say that fight was fun in the sense that like I think by the time I'd gotten down there, because like post Lake of Rot, getting down that low underground, like you have to be ready for anything. My like nerves were already shot. I was already ready for like, I'm ready to fight whatever. I've already been through enough shit that when I got to him, I was like, I've done this before. I know how to do this. I fought Gaping Dragon. I fought other dragons. I fought the Glintstone one. I know how to do this. Yeah, it was very much it was a very fun fight though. I liked that a lot.
There's the lore between Placidusax and
Bale.
Bale, yes, thank you.
Yeah,
Bale's
Bale's
just
a
a
tough
fight,
badass
too.
character too. The way
Bale
that
is
Bale,
like
when you get to Bale and you realize that he's completely fucked up from his fight with Placidusix,
they both
and then you
are.
think back to Placidusix and you realize that Placidusix lost a head to him.
He lost 2 heads to him.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
why
he's
because
totally
I was like,
fucked up.
Placidusix has some scars, doesn't he? Because
Yeah,
Yes.
fighting him.
yeah, because they're
Yeah.
both fucked up from round 1.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot that he had that going on.
Yeah.
Do you guys notice that Placidusix, when you go into the arena, his heads are doing the same like antenna pose that the 2 fingers are doing when they are consulting the Greater Will?
Oh,
Of
yeah,
course
no,
they
you're
are.
right.
Of course they are. I'm in the middle of Ronnie's quest right now. I just got and man, Blythe is the man.
Blythe is such a
Gotta
bro.
love Blythe. He is a bro, man. It sucks. He's another like
I know.
It sucks that he's mistreated so badly by
My
Ronnie.
favorite NPC of any Dark
Yes.
Souls game, I think, ever.
And then Celovus is such a bitch in that.
Yeah,
group.
Celovus
God,
fucking
yeah, he
sucks.
sucks.
I hate Celovus. What an
He's such a bitch.
he literally
He's also
was like
kind
what
of
in that like magic fort. I was like, if I were Ronnie, I'd be like, no, fuck you. Why are you here? Like, clearly
he's
you're
also
an
kind of like a creepy sex pest. Like I don't know if you guys
He is.
saw this part of like his. He's got that little like
Oh,
ball dungeon that he
yes.
owns.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Fucking creepy, and like he's hanging out
it's 'cause he's
with Ronnie, who
puppeteering
is in
people.
fact also a doll.
Yeah.
And then
He's
he
like
sends you on that quest to try and kill Nephili. It's like
Yeah,
what?
that's right. Yeah,
What?
which is also fucked, which I never did. Even like before I knew like what the actual reward was, I was like, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
That's
Why would we
fucking
kill her? Yeah.
stupid. He did to me is like a Benedict Arnold who sucks more than actual
Yes.
Benedict Arnold because he does
Yeah.
way worse shit. And I'm like, why do you think that anyone's ever gonna like? You are in the best possible spot to stay
God
alive
damn
in
it.
this world, and
God
yet you
damn
wanna
it.
ruin it.
Well, at least I
I will
didn't heal
say-
too much.
His robes are actually one of the few like good armors in the game because you look like a fucking Jedi.
Yeah,
Isn't
that's true.
I don't know if I'm recalling this correctly. Isn't Selvius the one who taught what's her name? There's a
Yeah, she's the one that
person-
you meet over in Limgrave. She wears the
Selene?
mask.
the one who wears
Yeah,
the
Selene,
jacket
yeah,
Selene,
Selene.
yeah.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
Selene.
Have you done her
Selene's the one
timeline
that
before?
Selen's the one that got ousted from.
She
the
got ousted from the
academy.
academy.
She got
Yeah,
booted.
Lyria, yeah.
If you help her out, she gets everything she wished for.
Yeah. Do you know you can see under her mask? She's actually like fully rendered
Oh,
under the mask.
No,
yeah,
I didn't
because
realize that. I've
they
never
have a
seen
portrait
that.
of her, and yeah, you can see a
I
portrait.
like
of
her
her
because
in
I was like,
the
she's
academy.
the most like she might be kind of mean, but like she's mean for a good reason.
She's a little
not like
condescending,
Selvius.
but she's actually like, "Hey, man, you're doing all right." And by the
Yeah,
time
I
you
mean,
get
even if you're
out
a
there,
strength
you can
character,
teach me a
she's like,
thing
I
or two.
can't teach you, but like I'm not gonna not talk to
Yeah.
you because like
Yeah.
And you know,
you might.
it's FromSoft were kind enough to also make her kind of a baddie too, because that's what FromSoft does. So.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
true.
That's what counts. Yeah,
They go through the time and effort to make her a baddie and they cover her up with a mask. It's like
Mhm.
very Miyazaki. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
his move.
Going back to earlier, it's funny you mentioned Manus, Ian, because Manus might be on the top of my list just because
I get it,
I
man.
think he's the one I struggled against the most, even more than ONS.
That's a shitty run back too, by the way.
It's
Yeah,
a shitty run back, and it's
I don't miss that at all.
he's so aggressive, and the time between his attacks
Yeah.
is so short that it's like, dude,
Mhm.
if I get caught by this hitbox even once, especially the one where he like
Yes.
air juggles you, like the one that instantly like hits you up from the ground, it's like, no, you're the fight's done.
Manus
You
for
can't.
me was one of those characters early on in FromSoft history where it seems pretty clear that that's the enemy that they definitely wanted to make you feel like a small, worthless bitch.
Right.
Because like you're up against Manus and you feel like you do not have the kit to deal with this man. Like you don't,
Right.
you do not have enough tools in your toolbox to fight Manus, and you are
Right.
never going to
The
be.
funny part, like having done him
fighting.
twice, is like that's just how he is. It's like, no, that's just how busy his kid is.
Mhm.
That's how easily he comes back with another attack. And
Dude.
if it's not something magic, he just like hits you with a straight up like
Yes.
palm slam, and you're like,
He's
wait,
actually a little bit like he's like Radon in that way because like he's lethal up close and he's also lethal at range because he's
Right.
both magic-y
And
and
the-
super like
exactly. And
melee.
the animation's different for both. So by the time like, oh, I figured out how to avoid his palm thing, it's like right, but then he has that
Yeah.
weird false humanity shit.
Yep.
You got to figure out like, well, how do I get around this? How do
I do
I
appreciate
even
that
do
they-
damage?
I do appreciate that they made him so scary and dangerous at the same time because of the lore with him and Artorias. Like, Artorias could only have been totally taken down by a character like Manus, and makes Manus feel very menacing.
That's true. I think it's also partially why I feel that way about him, is because I know, like, I love the Artorias fight because I knew, like, vaguely what it meant. But Manus afterward, I was like, oh, you're the motherfucker who did that. Like, that's
your Steel Feeling felt like eons later.
Yeah.
I appreciate that it feels like FromSoft and Miyazaki especially really loves Artorias, like has a real affection for him, because they kind of they give him the kind of like excuse of, well, yeah, he was also like fucked up by the abyss the whole time. So like he was fighting this terrible, incredible boss, but like he was doing it at a distance, like quite literally like one of his hands tied behind his back, essentially. So like it's just very careful storytelling. I thought it was really cool the way that they told that, and Manus just being so fucking menacing.
That I think it ends a lot of credit to, and people, references for everything, but it really does resonate with Berserk, which is the inspiration for obviously almost all of Souls, if not
it's definitely Blood, right?
And everything else. Yeah, very much the idea of like, there's no protagonist who's not going to go through some life-changing shit, and they're not going to become more of a hero. They're going to become less of one, because that's what it means to go through those trials. You're not really ever going to come through being like, yeah, I'm actually a better paladin or knight because of it. It's like, no, you're actually more fucked up because you realize
with some memories you'd rather not have.
Right, exactly. And I like that Artorias is very much like not a stand-in, but obviously is inspired by that, because he does want to do the right thing, but going into the abyss.
Yeah, he's a very tragic hero, right? It's like,
the tragedy of the heroicness, I think, is what makes so many, like even Blythe himself, very similar tragic hero.
There's also it's happening underneath like the overarching sort of conflict of like him being the #1 knight for someone like Gwyn, who like is clearly on kind of like a fascist movement in some ways, like
exactly, yes.
And so it's like he's this good guy generally, but he's like working for the wrong guy. But at the same time, you've heard me say this to a certain degree, I do think there's an argument that could be made that Gwyn was like kind of right, because like human beings are terrible. Human beings are awful.
Well, it rings even more true every year in real life. But yeah, same thing. That's what I love about Deus 1. I think in terms of story is like the darkness versus like linking the fire is such a great hard decision, because it's like, right, but how do you not know that Cloth isn't kind of right about this? Like, do you really want to keep doing this? Because Gwyn's been doing it, and if you light that fire, all you're doing is continuing it. But you don't.
The alternative is not sure it's any better.
Right, is the unknown, which is like, is it going to be better? It's like, well, it'll be different.
Yeah.
Better?
Well, it's the same thing going on with Ronnie's quest in Elden Ring. I mean, like, because she's like, she kind of started the whole fucking thing with the fucking Night of the Black Knives and shit.
She's not.
Oh, that's right. She did.
Person.
It's
she's
funny.
Like the best option of a bunch of shitty options.
Yeah. I think her option is the only one that doesn't result in continuing basically the bloodline thing, like the Golden Order style.
The Frenzy Flame also is like, well, Frenzy Flame is like fuck everything and everyone.
Frenzy Flame is like a
that's the chaos option, right? That's the chaos.
I think I did Ronnie's at the end of base game, because I was like, well, it makes. Yeah, it makes sense. And I was like,
I think I'm working on gold masks now, which is like the next best option. I think it's
gold masks
is
a
flawed system, so he's gonna like take it away from like the gods and just make it like an impartial system.
Does the gold mask ending actually involve the guy, like the one you meet in Altus Plateau?
Yes.
Like that motherfucker? Okay, I was curious.
The guy who just T-poses everywhere? Yeah.
I was like, can you just like kill him? And then it's like...
With the literal gold mask,
with the literal gold mask. Yeah.
It's very funny, because it reminds me of the Solaire. I mean, not just like sun symbolism, but it reminds me of Solaire, where it's like, it's a storyline you can only continue if you roleplay appropriately. Like, if you don't just kill everyone like aimlessly for the game mechanics, it's like, no, I don't kill him because he's got the sun shit, which I like, because in the same way that Solaire's, I mean, his storyline anyway is very much about like embrace co-op, embrace other people. It's like, it's very funny that it's like, if you just don't fuck with those people, you're fine. But
okay, so here's a good question. This does raise this question now. It occurs to me: best NPC in FromSoft.
Ooh.
Favorite or best NPC in FromSoft?
My first to mind is Blythe, but I feel like I need to really sit with that because there's a couple I could probably put up.
So like, there's obviously now we do have to qualify. Are we saying Sigurd is one character?
I was gonna say Sigurd is easily number 2, if not number 1.
Okay, because there's obviously there's 2 versions of him. Basically, there's Dark Souls.
Sigurd is Dark Souls 1, right?
Siegmeyer and Sigurd.
Yes. Siegmeyer is Dark Souls 1. Sigurd is 3.
Okay, Siegmeyer is who I'm thinking of. Sigurd is like, I don't mind him, but what pisses me off about Sigurd is that he doesn't say shit until you walk too far in that one area in Dark Souls 3, and he's like, no, you've ruined it. And I was like, dude,
you should have waited.
Fucking said, I was like, why didn't you fucking say anything? I was like, you asshole.
Drink with him. He gives you Sigurd. You get to drink with the dude. He like, he gives you beer.
Siegmeyer shows up and he's like, well, I can't get past this puzzle, and I'm like, man, that sucks. I'm in the same boat.
Okay, so I
Sigurd is just like, oh, you ruined the natural order. I'm like, you dickhead. You could have said anything at any point. And you
But are we considering the Onion Knight, or are we considering Siegmeyer and Sigurd to be different?
I think they are fundamentally different.
I think they're different, right? Okay. And for that exact example, I think they're different. I think DS1 Onion Knight, I like more because he is meant to be more of a kind of like NPCs in Hollow Knight. Actually, there's a lot of NPCs in Hollow Knight who are, very sad or very depressed, but they're still kind. Like things aren't great for them, but they're like, but you're here and I'm here, and that's all that really matters right now. I like that. I don't care for the NPCs who are like, well, how could you not know this? And it's like, buddy, I don't know shit. Like, what do you mean I'm supposed to know this? Like, you see what the world is like out there? Like, come on. We both fought similar fights.
What is his name? Varus, I think. I think maybe the first NPC you meet in Elden Ring, the guy who's
the asshole,
being maidenless.
The maidenless guy. Yeah, fuck that. I mean, okay, I like him as a foil, but he sucks as a person. Like,
okay, we're overlooking the most famous, the most important NPC.
Is it going to be Patches?
It's Patches. Yeah.
I thought so.
I love to hate him.
I think.
Yes, I think you're definitely supposed to. Yeah.
If I had only played Dark Souls 1, I would fucking despise him because I was like, I already hated Tomb of the Giants because it was so dark. And for him to do
it's
that,
a miserable place for that to happen to you.
Yeah,
that's like one of the most sadistic things. Yes.
And I never played Demon Souls. I know he's in Demon Souls as well, and I vaguely remember like what he does there. I think after is he in 3?
Yes.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, I think
you meet him at Firelink. Fucks you at Firelink.
That's right. Yeah, he does.
He kicks you down that tower.
So for context, I remember distinctly when I played Elden Ring, I got into that little, whatever is the side cave that Patches is in as a boss. I got to that point, and I remember I was using the claws at the time because I'd done Stormveil, and I went to go fight him, and I got his health down low enough that I was like, oh, you're Patches? I know about you. I'm gonna fucking kill you. So I just going on him, doing the fucking strong attacks. And as he started the dialogue saying like, wait, hold on. I was like, buddy, I'm already holding down R2. Like, it's too late. You should have started like half your health bar ago. And I just fucking killed him. And I was like, I know exactly what I lost in that moment. And I was like, you know what? No, this is for Tomb of the Giants. I was like, yeah, this is for 3 games ago. I don't fucking care. I hate you. I was like,
if you let him go, he'll end up at Volcano Manor.
Right, yeah, and he becomes he's a vendor, I think, right?
Yeah, he's a vendor in I think all the games. Yeah. I honestly, Patches, at least in Elden Ring, Patches is not my least favorite NPC.
No, he could be a lot worse. I will say, I like him in Elden Ring. I'm glad that I did what I did because it was the most just like, that's how the game goes. But if I were to do it again, I would keep him alive because I was like, no, but he's a scoundrel type, right? He's a
yes, correct.
He's a more evil Han Solo in that.
So it's funny. Like, I don't know if you guys have noticed this. You may have, but like in the Radahn fight, you summon him in Radahn, and he fucks off. He runs away.
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
he's like,
I heard about that. Yeah, because he just fucking runs.
Yeah. He's also in like a less Soulsy games. He's also in Armored Core.
Yeah, he has a.
Yeah, he's like in every FromSoft game.
Oh god, yeah, he has an appearance in Armor. I think I might have fought him.
That voice actor is set for life because he just always has a part to play.
Actually, shit. Now that I say that, if we're talking about FromSoft games, I think one of my 5 might be Baltius. like pre-patch Baltius from Armored Core 6, because Jesus Christ, that is a stressful fucking fight. It's easier now, but it used to be balls hard.
Guess I gotta play AC6, huh? I guess I'll have to do that.
I haven't. I've had it forever, and I have yet to play it.
Oh, it's a phenomenal game. Ian, you'll do better at that game than you probably expect. It is, it's definitely a Souls game, but what I love about it is that it actually encourages, like, there's no stats that you invest in. It's just like
it's very build oriented, right?
Yeah, you have equipment, you have parts, and you change those parts. I've had a boss fight where I made a loadout, what I call the Spring Chicken, which is a robot who has these double jointed legs, and all he does is jump really high with a shotgun and then just aim down at people. and it's against this like trash volcano robot, but it's very Souls-like in that it's like, I have a specific kit. What are you gonna do to get around it? And I love it because that game lets you make loadouts. So if you have a specific robot type you like, you can save it, and then you can.
I was going to say, can you save them? Yeah, I like that. Honestly, I've always thought that loadouts would be great for a Souls game.
Oh, for sure.
Which I think they actually did. There was an Italian Souls like a few years ago that actually did that.
I heard about that.
Not I forget what it was called.
Or was it?
No, it was. The artwork was very like, I don't know, Renaissance-y, but it was also like a lo-fi.
Valor Mortis, is that what it is? No.
Oh no, that Valor Mortis is the new one that's coming out. That's
I've heard of that one. Yeah,
that's a first. So that one we talked about this a little bit when we were talking about SGF. That's the new one from. It's going to be a first-person Souls-like set in the Napoleonic Wars that I think is made by the fucking.
Yes.
What's the name of that game? It's kind of like a first-person platformer. Shit, what is the name of the game?
I know we just talked about it because I was like, oh, they're doing one of those.
That's
Mirror's Edge or whatever.
It's Mirror's Edge E. Yeah, you have like a
Ghost Runner.
Ghost Runner,
right?
Thank
yes,
you.
yeah, Valor Mortis. Yeah, that's what it is.
Thank you. No, I don't even remember. It wasn't very popular. I don't remember what this game was, but yeah, it had loadouts. I thought that would always. I always thought that would be sick for Souls games having loadouts. Okay, other NPC. I think my least favorite NPC from Elden Ring, the guy that you meet at the front of Stormvale. Skinny dude.
That's like stomping on Godric's corpse later.
He tells you not. Yes, and he tells you not to go to the front gate. So what he does?
Doing you a solid though.
Well, no, he isn't, because what happens? I didn't find the reason why I hate him is because I like most people didn't find this out until later.
He's kind of in for himself.
If you don't kill him when you first meet him, he will secretly follow you through Stormvale and steal your shit when you die. Soul. Yeah. Steal your runes from you.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know this until now.
Yes. So like, if you die, if you don't kill him and you die in Stormvale, when you go back and pick up your runes, it'll be less than the ones you dropped because he will have stolen runes from you.
Oh, fuck. Okay, that makes a lot more sense because I remember thinking, I was like, I feel like I'm kind of underleveled right now.
Yes. So it's funny because when the game first got released, apparently there was some fervor. Like, people were wondering, like, is this a new game mechanic about what happens when you die? Like, do you just not gain back all your runes? Turns out, no, it's just that fucking character is robbing you.
Yeah, he's
throughout Stormvale.
See, what I feel like they should have done, I mean, one thing they could have done to help emphasize that it was a mechanic was like, say every time you rest at a site of grace, there should be like him like doing the From Souls like laugh or something to be like, hey, something is mechanically changing now.
As I understand it, there are some really subtle clues that actually happen throughout Stormvale if you don't kill him. I've heard, and I haven't actually experienced this, but what I understand is that you can actually, if you listen closely, when you die, sometimes you can actually hear him like muttering or like laughing a little bit in the background. I kind of want to test this to see if that's actually something that happens, but like, yeah, apparently there are some like clues to, if you're really paying close attention, you can notice something kind of unusual happening in the background, and it's actually him. I think you can also sometimes like, again, this might just be apocryphal. I don't know if this is real or not, but I've heard like if like there are places where you can actually see him like peeking around a corner or something from place to place. which is like very FromSofty to do weird, creepy shit like that.
Right.
But yeah, he's the most hated character, my most hated character in Elden Ring, at least, because he's a little bitch for doing that.
Yeah, I remember I didn't think much of him after like I got to Lyria. I was like, all right, whatever, you're weird.
Yeah, well, yeah, because I don't think he ever because he stays in that boss arena basically forever, and you never really ever go back. So. I like Bach from Elden Ring.
Oh, Bach is great. He's such he's
Bach is nice.
He's
Bach
has a
guy.
Good,
yeah, little monkey man.
He's a real one. He's always in it with you, no matter what.
Yeah,
and he believes.
And he opens up a useful mechanic for this game that has terrible fashion souls. Like he helps you fix that a little bit. So good for him.
He takes the edge off at least.
He takes the edge off a little bit. Yeah, he's a good dude. He's also very dapper gentleman with that hat of his.
He's quite a fashionable chap himself,
which makes sense because you know he's the
he does kind of remind me of like a Bloodborne cosplayer in an Elden Ring universe too, because he has the hat and I'm like, you look like the hunter a little bit.
He does have marvelous Chester energy about him that way, for sure.
Yeah,
he was like a transplant.
He's right there.
I think my least favorite NPC, at least from Elden Ring, would be I mean, it's in his name, but the Dung Eater, because the guy just fucking sucks.
Yeah, he's
he literally is the embodiment of
he just did that.
He's a guy who would have tortured animals as a kid. It's like, dude, you just suck.
Yes.
Like, there's nothing redeemable about you. Why would anyone
100%.
ever side?
Yeah, he's disgusting in form and in personality and character. Yeah, he's just the fucking worst.
All right, I want to try this summon. I want to see what it is.
Alrighty.
Plus, we're also at time, so like, fuck it.
Yeah,
sure.
I don't think I've ever I've always beaten at least a boss. When I have a boss.
Did you see that the top right there with your insight, it went down from 9 to 8?
Oh, okay.
Oh, and that's the cost of summoning?
Summoning, yeah.
Oh, this is the guy.
Okay.
This is the guy we're not quite sure. He's too handsome to be a good character.
Yeah, he looks like Gilderoy Lockhart,
He looks like Leon Belmont with more shit on.
Fuck J.K. Rowling. He looks like Gilderoy Lockhart.
No. Fuck J.K. Rowling.
Every time
we have to reference it, or it's a reference. We
don't even have to acknowledge it. I'm just gonna say fuck J.K. Rowling.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good precursor.
Yeah, of course. We all know that Miku Hatsune is the one who created Harry Potter. Anyway, she also created Minecraft. Little known fact.
Interesting. All right.
Minecraft.
Yeah, she created Harry Potter and Minecraft, both IPs known for not having problematic creators at all.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah, not at all. Minecraft is totally.
That's why Miku made it.
I didn't know that about the Minecraft, but I'm not a big fan of Minecraft anyway. So.
Well, I mean, that was more around the time of figuring out not to suck. So.
I'm actually interested in Minecraft Dungeons 2. That's coming out soon.
Oh yeah.
Kind of.
That's like the Diablo like.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Path of Exile, so I've been down for that. ARPGs.
Isn't that Elon Musk's favorite game?
No, that's the game that he claimed to have played.
Right, and he got roasted relentlessly on the internet for doing it completely wrong and lying about.
It was very clear by the video, and you can see it. I mean, people who know the game, they were like, "Yeah, that's not you."
I've watched the takedowns of this from proper experts at the game. It is really humiliating for Elon Musk.
It's hilarious because it's like, no,
super
it's really not. Yeah, it's like, no, that wouldn't be him. It's not.
Also, fuck Elon Musk while we're at it. So fuck Rowling and fuck Musk. Yeah, fuck him. Oh my god, this poor hunter. Help that man.
Yeah, he's getting fucking
Jesus.
Oh, Nate just helped him out though.
He sure did.
I have a feeling this guy would be weak to fire, right? Like, he's got so much skin.
I thought he was. I feel like he is. I'm not sure, but my recollection suggests that I may have used fire on him. Like I say, there is that one item that you can use that is like a decoy that it's a smell that you throw the thing out in the arena and he goes after it. And it kind of calms him down. You can wail on him while he's doing it.
I wish I had Twitch up because that would be the next entry in the menu of disrespect right there.
He was in the menus. Menu foo.
Some very rusty menu foo happening here.
Well, two things. One, I will maintain, Nate, that one time in Dark Souls 1, when you did
that was still the funny. Yeah, right at the beginning of the game.
Look, I'm not even gonna say like that wasn't just the best menu food. That might have been the most impressive video game moment I have ever personally witnessed.
What's funny about that moment is it's the beginning of Dark Souls 1, but he already played through 3, I think, at that point.
Well, because it was the beginning of Dark Souls 1, but it was the point of Dark Souls 1 when you go back to the jail.
Oh,
right?
no, wait, yeah, sorry, you're right.
He was fighting that knight that was there. I forget his name.
Right, yes, yeah. Because I was like, yeah, he was fighting the knight on the second level before what would be Asylum Demons.
Yes, exactly, yeah. And that's why it was like, because that's like not a nothing, that's not a non-trivial fight. Like,
no, that
like,
actually,
there was real danger happening there.
Sucks.
And Nate just like casually, I don't even know what he was in the menu for. He just went in, casually, came back out and kicked the dude's ass. And like,
I'm pretty sure it was
he did it right in his face.
It wasn't like a heal. It was to change a piece of equipment. Like while I think it was a rig while he was in the middle of the fight, and I was like, "There's no way."
It was also just like the level of calm that Nate had doing this. Like he just does it all the time. Like it's not a problem. Like, he had it the whole time. Like, there was no question. It was so fun. I've never, genuinely, I don't think I've ever seen a more gamer moment than that.
It reminds me of the there's a scene in. Oh wait, no, you got him. You got him.
You got to heal, bro.
Nope, I don't have any heals. That's the problem.
Oh, that's right.
Oh boy. Okay.
I mean, at this point, you have the credit of having killed him. Like you've done it. It's a matter of just making
you've gotten him down. The proof of concept.
I just have to play smart enough to make it work, to make it last.
Correct.
Yeah, the OG menu disrespect reminds me of there's a scene in there's an anime manga called Way of the House Husband.
Oh yeah, I've been wanting to watch that.
Yeah. Oh, it's so fucking funny. It's about the ex-Yakuza member who's just a house husband.
Mm-hmm.
There's a scene where there's this like kid, he's like in his 20s, and he's about to get beat up by like the entire like wing of the Yakuza, and all these guys are sitting on him, and he's like, hold on, let me look up something real quick. And he goes to his smartphone, and then you just see a shot of him looking up how to take on 10 dudes at once. Google. And it's like, are you fucking serious?
You as a retired Yakuza, you know,
he's like, hold up, hold up.
Of interest.
Yeah, he's like, give me a minute, all right? Goddamn. And it's just like, how do I do this?
All right, Nate, what's your feeling here? Was that your last run of the day?
Yeah, that might be my last run. I need to. Yeah. I have no heals, and I don't.
Yeah,
feel like
I think now is a good time to go spend on the heals, probably.
Yeah. So we'll call it here for tonight. I don't think we've finished talking about any one topic that we brought up tonight.
Oh no,
which is hilarious.
Yeah. I still have my list. Yeah.
Yeah, you have. So maybe we save them for next time.
All right, the next time, Tom, you got to think about your personal boss list.
Pantheon.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I have 6 right now, and I'm debating.
Ooh, save it. Perfect. Okay, we'll kick off the next episode with that.
All right, cool. Well, in that case, I guess I'll not venture down to where death approaches.
And stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe.
Safety
we'll call it here tonight, and thank you all for joining us, either now or in the future. We're gonna stream next week, but the week after that, I have company coming over, so for the rest of the week. So we will not be streaming in 2 weeks, but then we're right back to it after that.
Okay.
So yes to next week, no to the week after, yes to the week after that.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, but call it here. See you all later. Bye,
everybody.
Thanks,
everybody. We'll come back to my favorite Mario Odyssey world next week.
Woo!
That's also a good one.